Good evening, everyone, and happy pre-Halloween on this lovely, dim, dark October weekend. I am your judge for the evening, Judge Bob, and we will be running Night of the Bog Beast tonight and tomorrow night. Spooky. Our players with us this evening are Eric Young. Tell us about your character, Eric. Tell us about Peter.
My character is Peter Beauchamp, cleric of Ildevere, a force of nature, and I'm here just to make sure that everything stays balanced and nothing unnatural happens. And if I find it, smite.
Might be a little bit too late to stop the unnatural. Ryan, tell us about it, Ryan.
Hey, tonight I am playing Delmer. I am an elven glassblower. I consider myself an artist, but I make my money selling pipes so the kids can smoke tobacco with them.
Wait a minute, not smoke tobacco. Don't you mean smoke tobacco?
Tobacco, exactly. Smoke tobacco is a different thing, I think, altogether.
Gotcha. Corey.
Yes. Hello. I am Barlow the Thief, Cooper by trade, and I just got bored of making barrels, and now I'm looking for shinier things, and so I joined the party and looking for adventure wherever I can be.
And of course, my frequent co-host in All Things Sanctum, Jen.
Hey, I will be playing Rothburn, the warrior. Think of her as the burly androgynous type, but it never gives a straight answer as to whether or not Rothburn is a first or a last name. It doesn't seem to much care.
Okay. Well, and as I've let you know, and I will let any viewers know, you are an established party. You've been together since your pitchfork and torch days at 0 level. You have recently been, we will say, relocating involuntarily, punting along through the waterways on a we'll call it a raft. Raft seems kind of posh for what you have, but we'll call it a raft. That's what a bunch of logs strapped together with rotting rope is, right? That's a raft. So
are we talking like rotting for 100 years or like a decade? It makes a difference.
You didn't ask the zombies where they got the rope, so you're not certain.
You're no fun.
What they were. So you've traveled down the waterways of the bayou for over a week now. Supplies have been running low, except for frogs. There's always plenty of frogs. And daylight is fast fading. You're relieved to see signs of habitation on the swampy shores. It doesn't appear to be much, right? A small fishing village. At least you hope it's a fishing village. And calling it a village, again, is rather grand. There's several rotting wooden docks that jut out into the water and a number of small skiffs tied up there. The village itself is made up of ramshackle homes that are really no more than like wooden boxes with crude doors, but beggars can't be choosers. There certainly seems to be, there's a lot of activity down by the water. People are running down to the water's edge. They're waving their arms at you, frantically signaling. So, this certainly isn't going to be a quick and quiet resupply. And I've got an image for you. It is the arrival. I'll drop that into chat, and Elena will put that up for everyone else.
Sweet. Ah.
Right. What the heck, Bob?
It looks like being a bit of a distress, I think.
Yeah, and they're, you're still probably about 100 yards off, but they're trying to get your attention. They're waving you in. They seem pretty determined and a little bit frantic.
I don't think we've got room for them on our raft.
Well, they seem to be trying to get you off the water, so no.
Uh,
Maybe
I think we
maybe-
followed their advice. Possibly.
Do they know something we don't? That's always quite possible.
Yeah. Yes. Aim the boat. Fighter. Go.
Okay, I'll start paddling us towards shore as fast as my little scrawny arms can take me.
So you're kind of punting, Peter. You got the nice big pole. That,
Yeah, I'm pretty strong, so I guess I'm punting as well. So
all right, so you got 2
That'll help.
punting along.
Hopefully we're on the safe side because I only have a strength of 6. So if we are, we're kind of going off in your direction. We're more going in a circle at
Yeah,
this
we're
point.
spreading. We're spreading. It's okay. It looks
We're
good.
going in a circle at this point.
So you're kind of corkscrewing your way in.
Yep.
Okay, well, you punt your way to the ramshackle dock and tie off. The locals are a motley bunch, marked by a lifetime of hard work in an unforgiving environment. The formerly boisterous crowd quiets, their eyes now focused on the waterways behind you, as if expecting to see something out there. A single figure steps forward. He's older than the rest and carries himself with an air of humility. Kind of his hands are clasped. He's taken off his cap, and he's sort of working it in his hands as he is approaching. Welcome to God's Blight, strangers. I'm Tyr Thibodeau, and I'm what passes for a headman around here. You best stay off the water at night. It isn't safe out there in the dark. You're welcome to join us for a meal. We don't get much in the way of visitors, and we're all very eager for news from afar. And he pauses and he sort of looks back out behind you as the last of the sun's rays are fading. And there's matters I'd like to discuss with you. And the rest of the gathered villagers kind of murmur their agreement, and they're sort of watching you very closely.
You look a little nervous there, sir. What is there a problem?
Well, the waters out there aren't safe by dark at the best of times. Devil gators, snakes, and whatnot. But well, maybe we should step off the docks and back onto what passes for dry land around here, and we can discuss that further.
You know the area. I'm with you, sir.
Yeah, that
Everyone
sounds
kind of in agreement there? We're in agreement?
Dinner sounds delightful, Tyr.
Well, come on ashore then, and we'll get you folks set up. Now, going into the village from the docks, looking forward off to your left, which is the west, there is, we'll call it the new building. And it is the new building because it has been whitewashed, right, with lime to kind of resist the elements. So it stands out. It looks cleaner, whether or not it really is, and it's larger. It might be some sort of mercantile. Dead ahead of you, there is like a large communal cook fire area, and there's some motion there. A couple pots set up. Looks like they're doing a big old boil. Then there is a scattering of these small shacks, about maybe 9 or 10 of them. Amidst the shacks, but beyond the fire, there's a weird looking structure. It almost looks like an overly wide well, right? If you picture kind of the peaked almost like wishing well style roof, except it's much larger. It's like 30 feet across. And beyond that, there's something that kind of rises up in the back. It's kind of hard to see with the dying of the light, but it almost looks like a giant mud daub or something of the sort.
Ugh.
So
Yeah.
I have no decorum with personality of many. What's that?
and Tyr kind of turns and squints. Oh, that back there, that's the shrine of Glaucus. He's sort of a local fisherman's god. Yeah. Old Zebulon. He's the cleric back there.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. So what is this this big what's the big round well looking thing? That's very interesting.
Oh, that's the old witch's well.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's a big well.
Well, it needed to be. Old Zebulon explained to folks that things like that shouldn't be done, and so we put a roof on it and made it look nice, and we don't use it for that no more.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
For putting witches in the well, I see.
Up and down, yes sir.
Mm.
But nobody around here does that no more. We haven't done that since the days of my grandparents.
It's very kind of you. Very kind of you.
And this guy looks old enough to be a grandparent himself, so it certainly kind of puts into perspective. It is not a recent thing.
Mhm.
They weren't doing this last week or something.
Gotcha.
Hey, Tyr, is Zeb going to join us for dinner tonight?
He kind of keeps to himself, but after we eat, you are certainly free to stop on by. I'm sure that he will be quite taken aback to see strangers in town. Why don't we head over to the fire and we can get something to eat?
Yeah, I'm famished. Sounds good to me.
So heading over to the communal fire, there's a really large fire pit. Then several people hustle about adding things to large pots that have been placed to boil. The rich smell of the evening meal is joined by the sing-song voices of children as they run around kind of playing and shouting, all under the watchful gaze of their elders. But you notice the kids don't stray very far from the light of the fire. And except for one of them who sort of stands apart from the rest, and she's over with her family, kind of in what looks to be a fairly solid conversation, as opposed to being involved in play or them talking to her like a little girl. She seems to be carrying on a fairly regular conversation with her parents. So well, you help yourselves to the meal. There's plenty of it.
Ooh.
I believe I will partake of this. I sit down before I eat. I offer up prayers to Ildavir for the natural source of the great meal, and check to see the reaction of everybody else when I mention another god, how they bristle, anything like that.
No one seems offended. A couple of them kind of give you a look because they're obviously not familiar with the god that you are giving prayers to, but they don't seem to be bothered. They apparently do understand that they are perhaps monotheists living in a polytheistic world, so they're good.
I'm gonna take a roll, see if would that be a personality or intelligence, see if I know anything about this fish god that these people worship.
That's going to be a trained skill check, so that'll be D20 plus your intelligence modifier plus your level.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know anything about this guy. I look at I've never seen him before.
What did you end up getting?
I had a 7.
7. Yeah, you're fairly certain that whoever or whatever Glaucus is definitely not one of the major players in the realms of divinity, perhaps some sort of small god or old god that's fallen by the wayside, but nothing that jumps out.
No vibes that I would get disfavor if I end up having to either help this god or fight this god.
Well, if you have to fight a god, you've got bigger problems.
Well, I'm talking about the minion stuff like that. I don't want to run afoul of Ildavir.
Yes, depends on whether or not things are natural, right?
Okay, well, that's a fish god. I guess they kind of work hand in fin.
Anyone else have anything you'd like to do at the moment?
Yeah, I want to take a, just I'll kind of stare at. I mean, if I can even see anything in this dark. I know I'm right next to the fire here, but just try to stare at the Dob temple back there and try to get some sort of sense of what this god is. Is there any adornment or symbolism or anything like that?
From what you can see, and it's a good ways away. It's probably good 200-300 feet back.
Right.
You don't see anything that stands out as distinct symbology. As you're kind of looking back through the flickering light, every once in a while you're like, oh, maybe there's some runes, and really it's just firelight flickering over the odd misshapen surface of the thing, sort of playing with your eyes. It looks more like a giant took a handful of mud and sort of just extruded it down into like this misshapen pile that stands there. And,
okay, how big is it? Is it really tall, or is it?
No, it's for here. It's tall. It's maybe 17 or 18 feet tall.
Okay,
and semi-conical. It's not. It's not. Geometrically true in any
right. Okay, cool. I'm interested.
I would like, with my elfie ears, to listen into the background, see if I hear anything besides your typical bayou kind of natural sounds going on.
Sure. Give me an intelligence check, and since you're using your elfie senses, you get a +4 on that.
Woohoo! Okay.
Woo.
23.
23.
Nice.
I'm impressed he hears over the sounds of Rothburn eating.
So you looking back, there's around the fire, it looks like there's 4 distinct family groups. And one of them is a father and several children. Let's see, a daughter and 3 sons. And they seem fairly somber as they're eating, now that the kids have come back from play and they're eating, and so the excitement has worn off. And you hear the father saying, "Now, Palna, don't you go off into the shadows now. You know your ma, she's gone. We don't know what got her. So you stay here where I can see you. You don't go running off. You too, Cood." And the youngest little boy kind of shrinks a little bit, and they go back to their eating. So you are having your boil, and there's fish, other meats, root vegetables. It's fairly tasty, as long as you don't think about what might be in there. And Tyr leans in, kind of looks around. Now, I have to admit, when we warned you off the water, and invited you to supper, I was hoping that we could have a talk, and perhaps you might be able to help us with a series of troubling events. And he leans in closer, it's obvious that while pretty much everyone at the fire is probably aware of what these troubling events are, they are bothersome enough that he's speaking low. He doesn't want to create that atmosphere of perhaps of fear amongst everyone else as they're eating. So we've had, well, it's a swamp and people go missing. I understand that. Like I said, there's devil gators, there's things out there. There's the devil gators, there's the witch of the waterways, there's any number of things that could make a person disappear out on the waters. But of late, we've had people disappear from here. They've disappeared at night, no one's heard a sound. And that's troubling. People's children go missing. People's spouses go missing. The kids have said that they've seen something out in the water, sometimes watching the village at night. And that's not something that we're used to. And while we are well adept at fishing and hunting and a little bit of farming, things that crawl out of the muck, come into a village by night, haul people away without a trace, that's something that is probably best handled by people who have things like armor. It sort of points at you guys if you get my drift.
I mean, we're here, right? It's getting dark. Kind of seems like opportunity.
And it is definitely dark at this point, and boy has it gotten dark.
Well,
as you've been eating, it's like all of the light of the world has fled away except for what is around the fire. And as some of the children are finishing their meals, they're starting to kind of run around within the circle of firelight. They've got some sort of sing-songing rhyme going on. Like children.
Actually, I want to listen to that since it might have something to do with this. So
okay, well, funny thing that it might. So I will give you this. Then I will provide you with a copy of the handout for it, and then
awesome.
Elena will be able to make that available as well. So you don't have to take notes as this goes on.
Yay!
Taking notes just isn't fun. A man there was named Gorez Gaz, who came from across the plain. The locals feared and disliked him because his heart was set on gain. Gorez spied a waterlight maid who filled his darkest hope. He gifted her a yard of braid and with a little bar of soap. But young Waterlight was afraid, and so she fled this brute. She sped over hill, crick, and glade with Gorez Gaz in hot pursuit. At last the maiden climbed a tree, and Gorez did the same. The lass was bent on being free, while Gorez desired her to claim. She balanced on a slender limb, then dove into the murk. She much preferred eternal dark to the hand of that bearded jerk. The troubles of Gorez began, cursed by maiden who feared. He snagged the whiskers of his chin, and the branches held his beard. Young Waterlight's soul drifted free. Gorez's soul was a loss. Wandering through the twilight marsh, a beast made up of dangling moss. And that is handout number 1. Dropping that into the chat for you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, well, I firmly believe that, well, Ildevir's obviously put me here for a purpose, and well, that thing ain't quite right. Obviously, an affront to the way of nature. So I look at the headman and go, I'm in.
He sort of looks at you because he has not been paying attention to what's been going on around him. And so he looks a little puzzled. Well, yes, thank you. I'm glad to hear that you will help. It will it'll put some minds at ease to have some professionals.
So this guy that the children are singing about, what is that legend about? Where did that?
And he sort of turns his head and listens. Oh, huh. They're singing about old Gorez Gaz. The village here is Gaz's blight. Gorez Gaz, the Gaz family, they don't live here no more. They sort of moved back out into the swamp. We see them every once in a while. They're trappers, and they'll come into the village from time to time. Mostly they stay out because their family, as you could hear, doesn't have the best reputation. Yeah, Gorez Gaz, that was a while ago, but you know how children make up songs and children grow up and become parents and teach those songs to their children. They sort of carry along. But yeah, that's the.
What's a water light?
The water lights. They're one of the families. He points over towards a pair of parents, and let's see. And as a matter of fact, it's two adults, a mother and a father, and that little girl that was sitting talking to them rather than playing. Those are the water lights. They go out. They hunt devil gators. They take their skiffs out. They're well, by local standards, they're fairly well to do. Because they've got meat and hides that they can trade with Marshaw family, and he points towards one of the other families, and the family that he points over the Marshaws, they seem just a little bit cleaner. They sit up just a little bit straighter. They're the new folks around here. But yeah, the water light maid was one of the children back then from the water light family.
Oh, couldn't help but notice the end of that song talks about the Twilight March. Exactly where is that from here?
Well, sir, you're in it.
Okay. And how far does it stretch from here?
Well, I don't know as I've ever rightly been to the edge of it. To put it into perspective, you entered this kind of swampy, marshy area, came down the delta through the bayou area, and it's been fairly dark and overcast. The tree canopies are very heavy here, and you've been in here easily a couple of days before you came across this village. Certainly, if the amount of light or lack thereof coming through the trees has anything to do with it, you've been in the Twilight Marsh for a while now.
Excellent. And does this Gorez moss thing have any spot where it's seen more often than any place else?
Well, that's just a children's tale, sir. That tale's been around since I was small. That's
so when, so how long is this this problem? When did it resurface for you, I guess?
Well, I'd say we started noticing a few more disappearances than normal within the past year. It's been it's been sort of a strange time. Now, I guess things started going a bit off the norm when little Idris, and he points towards that girl sitting there with her parents, when she went missing, and she got lost out in the swamp weeks.
But she's the one that's home now, right?
Yeah, she's right over there with her folks. Yeah, it was not a good time for the family, and we searched for her for quite a while, and we had started to think that maybe a devil gator had gotten her, but as it turned out, she was all right. We managed to find her. She was safe. She's been pretty quiet about what happened out there, but her folks have said, she's well trained on handling herself out on the waters, and they credit that with her being able to return. That was the first turn of bad luck we'd had here. We're a small community. A missing child is a terrible thing.
How long was she missing?
She was missing 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh my gosh, that's terrifying.
We'd pretty much given up on her, but then we noticed that a couple of the traders that would come through every once in a while, they stopped coming, or they stopped making it here. Every once in a while, we'd find an empty boat. And recently, within the past few weeks, people have started disappearing.
Any pattern to it? Any certain number of days in between disappearances? Any commonality between ages, types, genders?
No, as a matter of fact, he gestures towards one of the other families. Over there, those folk over there, they were the Broussards, and Eb's wife Edna's missing, and so is his brother Avril. Now, out of my family, the Thibodeaux, well, sitting over there, that's my son Titus and his wife Pernicia, and their daughters, Adita and Endora, they're both missing.
How long have they been missing for?
They disappeared about a week ago.
About a week ago.
And then the Waterlights, their son Wilton is missing. Wilton's only 5. It's not like he's going to go wandering off into the swamp too terribly far. But yeah, so I mean, from the age of 5 to the ages of 30s and 40s, but there hasn't really been a pattern. The only thing I can tell you for certain is the Marshaws are still doing okay, and I don't know about the Gazas. We haven't seen them in a while. They all might be missing at this point.
Well, did you say that legend was?
Oh, that goes back to the ways. I learned it when I was a little boy. So that goes back a ways.
Hey, Tyr, what time of day did people go missing? Were people waking up and finding people missing?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is people are waking up in the morning and folks are gone. They've never heard a thing. So it's
so they've never heard a thing. Is there? Do you see any actual traces of what might be here? Or, I mean,
no, we
tracks.
You know, the children every once in a while talk about seeing shapes out in the darkness, but nothing we've ever seen when you know we grab a torch and get down to the water and look. It's all quiet. And as you're saying, it's all quiet. You know, there's the tree frogs. There's all sorts of swamp noises.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody's woken up. Nobody's seen or heard anything. And with that in mind, we're not gonna make you sleep outside tonight. We'll put you up with the Brassards have a couple extra places. We can put you up there.
Okay. Cheer, and I'll. Oh, I'm sorry.
They were building to expand, but they haven't needed to.
Oh, excellent. Well, thank you. We that'd be great. But want to be survive the night and not disappear and help you. I'll kind of lean forward to Tier so everybody else can hear. Do you think the water lights will let us, with them, of course, present, talk to Idris about her disappearance? Or
I think that they would probably allow for it. She's what you might call precocious. So whether or not she decides to tell you anything is, well, your guess is as good as mine. But she doesn't seem to like to talk about it too much.
Yeah, I think our priest of Ildaver, he's got a lot of, look at him, look at his majestic presence. I'm sure he can break her of this fine precociousness that she has.
Well, she might talk, she might not. But if you try to break her of anything,
she'll break back.
Have some issues with her paw.
No problem.
But why don't you folks? I'll take you back and show you where you can kit up for the night. So, sure. And then I'm gonna help clean up around here. But take a look around the village before you go to sleep. And he rises, and several of the other adults have started gathering things to clean up from the night's cooking. And he leads you back to a one of these cabins. It's a little bit past the well, so it sort of forms a triangle between the well, this cabin, and the shrine of Glaucus.
Ooh, I definitely want to take a look down the well and as I walk past.
I think kind of go over to the shrine.
You certainly can. The witch's well, it's a large stone well in the center of the village. It's got this pointed roof, which appears to be kind of set to prevent like debris and things from falling in. And you can see that the roof is I wouldn't say a new addition, but it is certainly more recently built than the rest of it. Go ahead and give me an intelligence check.
Let's see how that goes. No, that's an 8.
Okay.
Or 9, excuse me.
And looking into the well, you can see that the water in this well is no clearer than the water of the bayou that you've been traveling across. It looks fairly stagnant. There's a few like lily pads and other things that have sort of grown up there.
Mm-hmm. But it is at basically the level of the ground, basically, or does it go down?
The water is maybe 6 to 12 inches beneath ground level.
Gotcha.
So obviously it's a fairly high water line, a high water table, and then there's the little kind of stone wall around it. But yeah, it's pretty close to the surface.
Cool. All right, thank you.
And he takes you back to this cabin, and it's pretty simple. I mean, By modern standards, you could probably build this structure out of shipping pallets. And the gaps in the walls, you can see are kind of stuffed up with like old bits of cloth and tree bark and moss. And there is a door. That's about all you can say for it. There is a door. There is something that you can close. It doesn't look like, well, it looks like if Rothburn sneezes, the door will probably come off its hinges. But
Don't sneeze.
No pressure.
Don't sneeze.
so you can bunk out here tonight, and we can go from there in the morning. So if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go help clean up, and you all can get settled in.
Yeah, thank you, Tyr. Thanks for.
Blessings upon you. Blessings upon you. Thank you for your hospitality. We shall make this right.
I take it we have a door but no floor.
Yeah, it's just a dirt floor, Jack.
Okay.
So you have a floor. It's just dirt.
Yeah.
Don't sweep for spring cleaning.
Of course not. We kick up dirt. Rothburn sneezes, door falls off its hinges. There's a pattern here. There's a pattern here. Okay. Okay, so are we gonna all sleep at once and see what happens with the big creepy moss creature, or are we gonna set up a watch pattern?
Yeah, I think we're gonna need to watch there. Yeah, I don't know what they're thinking, going to sleep all the time. Seems like a
These are simple people.
bad
of the
idea.
earth. These are simple people of the earth trying to live within the natural world that they know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, once we set up here, should we talk to this Zebulon fella? And it sounds like he might know something of the legends of this weird swamp beast.
Right. Probably not a bad idea talking to him. We want to talk. Shall we wait till the morning? Or shall we venture off into the darkness? Because how far away is this cabin? Just on the edge of the light?
From the door to your cabin is probably about 40 feet to the entrance of the shrine.
Okay.
Oh wow, we're really
I'm in.
close then.
That far? I think I can
Yeah.
make it that far.
I mean, it's late.
Actually, looking out the door and looking over at the shrine, can we see any sort of light on the inside?
There's some faint light coming around. It looks like rather than a door, there's just a curtain hung across.
Mhm.
And so it kind of moves a little bit with the evening breeze. So there's kind of a flickering of light coming around the bottom and the edges.
Looks like he's up.
It's not incredibly bright, but
Yeah, he's up. May as well go visit. No time like now.
Okay.
To find out.
Better have the knowledge now, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
good with-
well, it's a simple building. It appears, as I said, to be fashioned out of sun-baked mud. Unlike the surrounding homes, the architect here had no obvious intent at straight or smooth walls. Instead, it looks more like an overly large mud daub rising from the ground. And there's a smell here. Dead fish, swamp muck. If you've ever picked up a turtle that is fresh from a pond and you've got that pond muck smell, it's heavy. So there's a bit of an unpleasant atmosphere as you come up to the curtain.
I mean, we did just eat, but yeah. But I defer to Delmar.
Okay. All right. So let's. I'm gonna walk up to the curtain. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna stand there and put my ear against it and listen.
Go ahead and give me that intelligence +4.
Okay. Again, this is a D20, right?
Yep.
All right. Ooh, not as good. 12.
Okay. You hear sort of the shuffling of feet a little bit, like there's someone in there, but there's no sound of conversation or anything of the sort. Every once in a while there's a faint murmuring, maybe it's a prayer, maybe it's someone, They're just kind of talking themselves, but it's very faint, and you're not able to pick anything up.
All right. I look at the party and just kind of raise my eyebrow, going, and see if it looks like nobody's saying no. So I'm gonna part away the curtain and peek inside.
Okay. Inside, it's a single chamber, and you can see there's a cot and a small table that the table acts as sort of like the focus of the shrine. And on that, there's a pair of lit candles from which the flickering light is coming. And there's a small brass offering bowl, which has some sort of, we will say, musky incense kind of rising from it.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a sole occupant in the room. He is, you're an elf, and you're pretty sure that he's older than your grandfather as humans go. You've never seen a human that looks this old. He looks ancient beyond words. He's clad only in a loincloth. He's very emaciated before he turns to face you. I mean, you can count the notches of his spine going down his back. And he's got just a few wisps of white hair clinging to a mostly bald scalp, and a bit of a beard. And he turns and he sort of chuckles. And his chuckle almost sounds like whistling through a comb, right? He's got about that many teeth. Well, kind of leans in. Pointy ears. Don't get much of your kind around here. Welcome. Come into the Shrine of Glaucus. All are welcome.
Thanks. You must be Zeb.
Yes. I am. They call me Old Zeb. Zebulon. Zebulon is my name. Yes, sir.
Nice. When's the last time you had an elf around these parts?
Ooh, wow. I think we're due to have an elf around here maybe 200 years ago.
Ah, right on. That could have been my uncle.
Could be.
I don't know. Fantastic. We just arrived tonight. We had your treated us to a delightful dinner. So thank you for your warm welcome.
Now he's looking at you. Has anybody else followed Delmar in?
Oh, yes.
Okay, because we and only he walked in would be kind of a different conversation.
Walk in.
Well, how big is this place? You give the impression that it's kind of compact.
It's almost as big as the well. It's like maybe 25 feet across, 25 feet around. So yeah, you got some space. Not a whole lot. I mean, there's certainly not much in the way of furnishings for entertaining, mind you. But yeah. So well, what brings you around these parts?
We are simple adventurers looking for adventure, I guess you could say. But I guess fate brought us here because it looks like there's some bad times going around your village here, my friend.
Yeah. Things haven't been good. Oh. Those children are going to disappear. Their parents aren't going to be able to do nothing to stop it. I was going to tell them, and I will tell them, or I did tell them. Did I tell them? Wait.
No.
It's now, right? Not then? Yeah. I did tell them, and the children did disappear. Yes. That's right.
And
Not just children.
What did you tell them?
I told them there was something bad out there. Something I don't know. Maybe it's the old Bayou Banshee. I don't know, but something's been out there. The children have been talking about it, and while most grown-ups don't take children too seriously, sometimes there's something to be said for listening.
Well, we were listening to the rather quaint and charming little tale about now let me see if I can remember that guy's name. I believe it was Gormaz, Gorez.
Where's Gaz?
Oh,
Yes.
he's going to be in a heap of trouble someday.
Someday?
He was in a heap of trouble. Yeah, that's right. After Pine. Yeah. After a while, things just sort of run together.
Yes.
No.
So what do you mean that they can't stop the children? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Barlow. It's nice to meet you, Zebulon.
Nice to meet you, Barlow.
Yeah, Barlow. So what do you mean you couldn't? They can't stop the children from disappearing. Why?
Because they already have. See?
Well, sure, of course, yeah. That's good reasoning, Zebulon.
Is there anything that could have been done to stop the children?
Oh, well, I
Disappearing.
suppose any number of things could have been done. They didn't do none of them, though. Maybe they will. Maybe next time they'll save the children.
So what do you suggest that would stop the children from disappearing?
Well, finding what's taking them and stopping it. I mean, that seems rather obvious, but they didn't quite catch on to that in time.
Do you have any
Mhm.
ideas of what it might be besides the Bayou Banshee? And you see it. What about some of the every place has its local legends and lore. Beyond the Banshee, what else? A man of your wisdom and experience would obviously be well versed in such knowledge. So please, if you could educate.
Well, could be the bog beast.
Come again?
Could be the bog beast.
Not Boz, but Bog Beast. Not
Not
Gog.
gods, but bog. There's a G in both. I understand your confusion.
So
Tell us more.
besides the Bayou, what's the difference between the Bayou Banshee and the Bog Beast?
Well, there's very large differences. One's a bog beast and one's a banshee.
What's the Bog Beast look like?
Well, I haven't seen the bog beast. I can tell you. I can tell you the story about it if you want.
Oh,
Please.
please.
That would be excellent, Zebulon.
They say the bayou has a long memory, and them that says it is right. Sometimes memory is just something you hold in your mind, and sometimes magic gets mixed up with memory and makes something different. It makes a monster. Now, back before the Marshaws arrived here, there were some well-to-do folks that kept to themselves. And folks said they prayed to an idol out in the swamp, an idol to the Dark One. Anyhow, they lived out in the bayou, and nobody ever gave them no mind. Heck, most folks don't even think about an old legend until last year when little Idris went missing. That unburied a lot of things that folks had forgotten. So, you see, them folks that lived out there, that was the Gaz clan. Like the name, Gaz Blight. Great whatever Gaz got himself in trouble chasing after one of the Waterlight girls. So the Gaz clan, they seemed the right folks to question. The thing was, few that went out looking for him, they never came back. After a while, folks started getting pretty nervous. People started talking about the witch of the waterways. See, she's supposed to be real strong. They say that she can cure any sickness, even the wasting fever. When she sets her mind to something, there ain't nothing that can turn her and her snake away. At least, almost nothing. Another thing that nobody back then knew was that the lizard folk worshiped the father of toads. Well, they were pretty worried about all these goings on too, and they decided that something had to be done. So they set out to summon the children of their god to put an end to the doings of the Dark One's followers. Well, you can figure with all these folks running around casting their hoodoo, something was bound to go wrong, and wrong it did. Under the sky of a new moon, all these groups are working their magic when the bayou remembered a time when no man moved over its waters. And it took their magic and it twisted it into an egg. From that egg, hatched the bog beast. Part man, part snake, part bayou. But that thing was mad at all of them and went after those folks with an almighty vengeance. The witch of the waterways, now, she managed to do some sort of big hoodoo out in the swamp and put the monster to sleep, trapping it under the muck. But it's still out there. And they say it wants out. So we always tell children, you don't wander the swamp at night. Never go play around the old gauze place because the bog beast is still out there sleeping and you don't want to be the one to wake it. At least that's what my granny always used to say. And that is handout 2. I will drop that into the chat and Elena can.
Nice.
There we go.
Yay.
So that's the bog beast.
Oh.
And where? So we know not to go there. Exactly where is the God's place? So we know, give it a wide berth so we don't awaken the bog beast.
Well, I mean, if the bog beast is already awake and you're the folks here to do something about it, well, I would have to say then that you would be allowed, I would say, to travel out there. It's out a ways through the swamp, though. Oh, God's place, that's most of a day's travel out there. Maybe, well, I mean, if you're going through the waterways, yeah, 20, 30 miles.
Jeez.
Is there any
Let's
other
not
way
do that
besides?
tonight.
Is there any other way besides the waterways?
You're in the swamp, son.
Well, you could try to walk, but how well do you tread water?
Oh. Well,
We ain't got floaties yet.
he actually said something about the witch. Do you know the witch is still out there? Is the witch in the water?
They say she is or was. Will be.
I mean,
Not
it
all
sounds.
those things.
It sounds like she took care of the bog beast. Is she against Gaz's blight, or is she?
No, well, I mean, for a time, Gaz's blight, I would say, was more against her, folks. Folks get funny about anybody they decide's a witch, but she hasn't been seen around these parts.
Well, you mentioned. I mean, it sounds like we need to defend ourselves as we go through here. You said something that almost anything will. She'll come at you with almost anything. Do you know something that will drive off the witch? In your ancient knowledge?
I don't think you need to worry about driving off the witch unless you want to start stirring stuff up and angering the witch. She ain't that sort. See, now you're starting to sound like the village folk when they used to have that chair hooked up to the well.
No.
That's not the kind of person. That's not the kind of person. There's rumors, but they're just that.
But it's a survival instinct, my friend Zebulon. I don't want to harm the witch, but I would like to turn the witch around if she tries to harm us.
I would just say that keep in mind that the witch has survival instincts of her own, and she's been here a lot longer than you.
This is very true. So thank you for your advice, Zebulon.
You are most welcome.
Let's see. Well,
did you mention something about lizard men in the area?
There's lizard men out in the swamp.
Yeah. You ever interact
Not
with
sure
any of them?
where. I don't get out much no more. My knees And you look down, I mean, his knees are just like swollen. You've heard of water on the knee, and this just looks
It's like a cypress tree.
Swampy.
Cypress knot.
Mm.
but they're out there. They're out there. They're not. They're nothing to be afraid of as long as you don't go picking no fights with them.
All right.
I mean, they don't come around here stirring up trouble or anything of the sort.
So you don't have a problem between the fish god and the father of toads.
No, not at all. Between their toads is toads, and fish is fish. They're very separate things.
Right on.
Toads have legs. Fish have fins. You mind that?
They share slippery skin. So there you go.
Mhm.
So well, you mentioned this dark idol.
Oh, well, I mean, all sorts of rumors about the Gazas and their worship of the Dark One and all that. But
Yeah, is it literally an idol, or is it
not
are
that
you-
I've ever laid eyes on. But again, that's a ways from here.
yeah. So
Both-
if there was
both
an
in
idol,
travel and in time.
Okay. So it would be at in their location is where you were.
If the idol was more than a rumor, I'm assuming based on the legends that there was something, but whether or not there was a big old idol or something,
Right. Okay.
folks talk.
Yeah. Just wonder what stirred everything up here. This is quite confusing.
Maybe we should take our leave of Zebulon and allow him have, and we can think of a plan of action, because obviously something has to be done, because that bog beast don't sound like it belongs in nature.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Rothburn the Rude has a question and just kind of interjects. Have you met any of that Marshaw family? I heard
Oh yeah, they're the new folks. They've been around here.
they're new. Yeah.
Yeah, I've only been here for like 50 years or so. They run the mercantile. They're the rich folks.
Mm.
They're the whitewashers. Got it.
They sell soap.
Yeah. Not to you though, right?
Don't need it. Don't need it at all. There is no form of cleansing better than marsh water. The leeches will pull the impurities from your flesh.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, warning. Peter, I might sneeze. So,
That's
sorry
fine.
about that
Door in
door
here.
ahead of time.
Bless you.
No, all these problems happened after the Marshalls moved in, right? At least in this generation.
Well, I mean, they're new, but they're not that new. I mean, like I said, they've been around here only about 50 years or so. Now, Glorious Gaz, that was long before them.
Hmm.
And he kind of shuffles around over to his cot for a minute. He rummages around and he pulls out this I don't want to call it a sack, but like a little tiny burlap bag that's been tied on pretty tight. Yeah, Delmar, you're going to need this eventually.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Looking inside the bag. What am
I mean, it's tied shut pretty tightly, but as he hands it to you, you can smell various aromatics. Maybe it's tea.
Yeah. Good stuff in here.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Some mugwort, some addicts. Oh yeah, good stuff in there. Good stuff.
All right. Well, thank you kindly.
I think you're probably going to need it.
Okay. Well, thank
Now
you,
the-
sir.
It's very interesting. You brought up the Marshaws, because didn't we say that the Marshaws, they haven't lost anybody?
To be fair, you brought up the Marshaws.
Oh no, I'm talking about Rothburn. Yeah, Rothburn's.
But yeah, no, they
I'm
have
rude. I ain't dumb.
but,
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Did you Zebulon? Can you confirm that? I think about it. Did the Marshaws? They haven't lost anybody to the whatever this.
no, at least not yet.
How many Marshaws are here?
Oh, well, let's see here. Go back to that page. Let's see. There's Mathron, his wife Bandis, your daughter Berlin, your son Matham. And then there's Mathron's brother Madron and Mathron's sister Mernette. Yeah.
Fond of alliteration.
Wow.
There's 7. I got the number right.
Yeah. Sounds right.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
I think I got
4, 5,
6.
Oh, but
There we go.
Mathron, Bandis, Berlin, Matham, Mydron, and Mernette.
I didn't want to trust my math, but there you go.
And at one point there were 6 missing, but currently there's only 5 missing now because Idris.
Well,
is back or
Little
something.
Idris went missing a long time ago.
But she's
How-
still little, so it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how old is Idris? Is she like?
Looking at her, she was probably about like 8 or 9.
Okay,
So she's still little.
Yes,
right.
but
Mhm.
but the rest of the disappearances as described have happened in the past couple of weeks.
Mhm.
So he sort of
Adults have
shifts
been-
his shoulders, and there's a sound like hail hitting a tin roof, and it is his joints. But it is I hate to be Rothburn, but it is getting a little bit late.
We should leave the man to his evening.
Of course,
his
of
evening
course.
Prayers. Blessings of Ildavir be upon you, sir.
Oh, and the blessings of Blockus upon you.
Greatly appreciated.
Thank you for your time, Zebulon. This has been very, very fruitful.
Certainly.
So
All
I'm
right.
rude, but not
And,
stupid. I am the last one out, and I'm dropping a handful of coppers in the little bowl.
Okay.
on
So
the
as you
table.
go, as you're dropping the coppers are literally falling on like fish heads, what appears to be like snake intestines,
Oh well, if, I
as well,
apologize.
which and then some sort of incense. But yeah, well, thank you, thank you very much. Okay, so as Rothburn, as you're stepping outside, as you're the last one, you all notice as you come out the main fire has burned low. It's not out, but it is definitely burned low. Folks have kind of headed off. It's dark. When it's dark, you sleep. When it's light, you work. But Rothburn, as you're coming out, there's some sort of like whispering coming from the water, coming from the direction of the water's edge. It's very faint, but you definitely hear something.
Is Rothburn the only one that hears it?
Rothburn is the only one that hears.
I ain't got ears for this. That I try to lean in and listen without falling over my feet at the same time, because
Well, it's a ways to the water, so
peel my ears a little bit, make sure the helm's not in the way to hear.
there's definitely something. It's very faint. It's kind of carrying on the breeze a little bit, but it's definitely something.
What
Delmar,
could-
you hear that? You got the ears for it.
Delmar can give me an intelligence check +4.
19.
You hear the periodic sounds of like fish jumping, but that's about it.
Swear there was words in there.
And you're still hearing these
Well.
whispering voices.
Still
And
cannot decipher what it is, but it ain't the trees. It ain't the fish.
and where are these voices coming from that no one else can hear but you?
And it is so easy to drop into that drawl. My goodness.
I know. I keep doing it too.
When in
Where is
swamp.
this? No, where is
Y'all ain't gonna believe this. All right. Well, now, no, there's a quote that sticks in my brain. Magic gets mixed up with memory. Maybe I was mistaken.
So what all are we going to do for the evening? I know that Peter mentioned something about setting a watch, as opposed to everyone going to sleep at once, which Barlow agreed was a very bad idea.
So with the watch, we're just going to stay within our little shanty, or are we going to patrol the village itself to protect the villagers in case something shows up? We're just going to stay within our own little cabin.
And I'll take first watch. I'll probably sit outside the cabin to make sure the door stays shut. And also get a line of sight over some of the rest.
Gonna do 4-person watches then, or
well.
1-person watch, 4 watches, 1 person each.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
Okay, so
2 hours on.
Rothburn is taking first watch. Who's taking second?
I can take second. Oh, sure.
Thief will take
Whatever you want to do.
You thieves are better in the dark anyway.
There you go.
This is your thing. We'll let you have the really dark watch.
Sure.
So Barlow's taking third watch.
Second watch. I'll take second.
Second. So Peter third, Delmar fourth.
And then that'll work.
Okay. All right. So Rothburn, you're sitting outside during your watch. What's Barlow doing on his? What's Peter doing on his? Delmar doing on theirs?
Did Rothburn tell us about the whispers, or did you just?
Rothburn mentioned something.
Rothburn asked. I remember Rothburn asked Delmar if he heard anything. Because you hear anything? You hear anything, Barlow? Because I didn't.
Well, I guess for mine, I would just I'm gonna wander. I'm pretty silent, so I don't think I'm gonna be bothering anybody.
Okay.
You know what? Maybe I might since there's some weirdness with the Marshaws, I might target their home a little bit and do a little investigation over there.
Okay, so you're going to kind of patrol that area. Peter, what are you doing on your watch?
I will be seeing as I have no ability, unlike my elven friend there, the ability to see in the dark or anything like that. I will be staying relatively close to the area of the fire, keeping a small fire going, and basically just doing kind of a walking patrol.
Okay.
But not straying too far to the water's edge. Spend some time offering some prayers to nature, taking in the beauty that is the swamp at night.
Okay. And Delmar, what are you doing?
I am likely going to sit cross-legged right outside the entrance of where we're sleeping tonight, and just sitting and listening and watching.
Copycat.
Okay, so Barlow crept around. Peter had his moments, kind of just feeding the fire a little bit. Yep. Delmar, you're on watch. Give me a trained skill check based on intelligence. So you're going to add your level to that as well.
Okay. 17.
So, and I would say it's trained not because you're a glass blower, but because you are an elf. You know, the king of Elfland and woods. And so when everything goes absolutely dead silent, you notice immediately.
Okay.
That's not good.
Yeah.
To the point where you don't hear the crackling and popping of the fire over there anymore.
Okay. When I look up into the night sky, is it just as black as it was earlier?
It is just as dark as it was before.
Okay. Okay, so I'm immediately going to stand up, go back inside, rustle everyone up, and say something's going on.
Okay. You notice a couple things. As you stand,
Yeah.
make no noise.
Okay.
Everything is completely silent. And as you rise and you're turning, you can see a trio of misshapen shadows coming in from further beyond the tree line at the back of the village.
Yeah.
Starting to move towards the buildings.
How tall?
They're roughly human size. They're roughly human height, maybe anywhere. They range in height from like 5.5 to 6.5 feet tall. They're very broad, and they don't have like a crisp outline like a person does, right?
Okay.
A person raises an arm, there's an outline of an arm. It's more of kind of this amorphous shape with movement that hints at legs.
Okay. I before I get up, once I notice everything's dead silent, I kind of like snap close to my ear.
Oh, that's quiet.
Okay, nothing, honey. Okay. Okay. Move silently back in and just kind of, then I'm going to rustle everyone up and do.
Okay. As you are going in, the first thing you notice is Peter, something is wrong. Something pulls you out of a sound sleep. You have this sense that something bad is coming. And as you're opening your eyes, Delmar is coming in and he's starting to try and rouse everyone. And there is no noise whatsoever. So it takes you about a round to wake everyone up, because it's a small cabin. You can shake 2 people at once. So Barlow, Ruthven, you wake up. You also notice the unnatural silence.
Okay. What's the visuals like? And is there enough light in this room that they can see, or is it pitch black in this room?
That would really sort of depend on you folks. Give me a luck check, Delmar.
Okay. No, not very good. We're probably looking at a 6.
Well, you want to roll under your luck.
You want to roll under.
That's wait.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Been a while.
I'm rolling well tonight. I just cursed myself. Sorry, I'm looking for my luck on my sheet. It's been a while. Oh goodness! Oh yeah, that was a very good 4 out of 10.
Okay, so yeah, before you all went to sleep, you'd hung a small oil lamp. It's burning low, but there's enough light that you could see. It's sort of an adventurer's night light.
So if I'm standing right in front of them, I'm going just 3 outside, just the back, yeah, like 3 in the.
All right.
Yeah.
And again,
Okay.
you all have worked together before. You've never encountered anything like this before, but Delmar is able to convey that there's 3 bad somethings outside. And at that point, we are going to roll for initiative.
Ooh.
This could work to our benefit.
Yeah.
If
Just
we
wanted
can't
to put
hear
it in
them,
chat.
maybe they can't hear us.
That is
Put
wonderful.
Just put initiative in chat. How do you want to do it?
And I'll just call it out just a second. Okay, so Rothburn, what do you have for initiative?
11.
11. Barlow.
20.
20. Okay. Peter.
16.
16. And Delmar.
9.
All right. So Barlow, you've been awakened. You out of a sound sleep. Something's certainly going on. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. Did you say this was not a very well put together cabin or whatever?
Well, there's
structure?
gaps and things. The wood's not incredibly tough.
Right. So I guess my thing is, being thiefy, could I sneak out the back rather than the door and try to do some sneakiness? try to catch them.
Under
unawares.
normal circumstances, the sound of making a rear exit would
Totally
be
right.
problematic. But
Right.
under these circumstances, go ahead and give me I would say a strength check.
Sure, you could do that. Ooh, that's a 21. Yeah.
All right. So
and actually, that is a natural 20, by the way.
That's a natural. Yeah. So Barlow has a brilliant idea, and he literally runs through the back wall of the cabin. has made a rear exit.
There you go. But actually,
give me a luck check, Barlow.
Okay. That's not a luck check. Yeah, okay. That's 11 out of 9.
No problem. So you're out back. You do catch sight of one of these things as you're kind of looking. They are not looking in your direction, but they're mounds of vegetation and vines. You can see movement, like maybe something is moving within and without them. You're not sure till you get a little bit closer. They're not too terribly far, mind you, but it is fairly dark.
Can we see? I mean, just taking a look, and I don't know if I can even see in the dark. Are the vines trailing behind them?
They are.
Okay, so they are static beings.
Yes,
okay,
they are. Well, static is a.
Well, you know what I mean. Sorry, they're not. Sorry, they're singular beings. They're not being.
Right, they're not.
Dragging
They do not appear to be extensions of something. Right.
Okay, great.
Singular but plural.
Yes.
So, Peter, we are to you. What are you doing?
I will, seeing as we're indoors, stuff like that, I will step out the door, and then I will try to detect some evil.
Well, I mean, as you step out, it's almost like you've got some sort of radar. You step out, your head just snaps around, and you are looking at these things. Okay. You know exactly where there are. Somehow, like deep inside you, you just know. Ooh, and you're getting a better look at them, having gone out the front, and you can see. I mean, they're mounds of rotting vegetation. You see snakes writhing in and out of them. They're roughly humanoid in shape, but not very well defined.
Oh, that ain't right.
So you don't need to cast if you'd like to take another action. They're roughly. I mean, they're close to you since you're out front. Okay. They're about 10-15 feet from the cabin. They should come
out. I'll give word of command a shot.
Okay.
You could stay in the tray. That would be nice. 3, 6. I will spend a point of luck and get the bare minimum out of a 12.
Okay. So I've got good news and bad news. The good news is you burned a point of luck and you kept the spell. The bad news is it is dead silent and you are unable to actually accomplish anything.
You burned a point of luck and avoided disapproval.
Oh yes,
that's good.
Yeah, that's
that's right, Claire. Yes,
I totally forgot about that silence.
But yes, your
prayers
are literally.
Let's kind of creep me out. I totally forgot. I was stunned, speechless. Anyway,
your prayers literally go unheard. Rothburn, we are to you.
Oh, gotta verify with Delmar what direction we're talking about, and
well, right now you have 2 routes of egress. Where Delmar came in and where Barlow went out.
There's 3. I don't know exactly where Barlow went. Delmar's not in there.
You do. Barlow went right through the wall. There's a Barlow-shaped hole in the back.
I don't know which one of them he's engaging. I'm talking like strategically. I would like to wait until next round to actually come up into combat. So I will you know what, I'm gonna see if I can sneak around the corner and ideally, because it's pretty much pitch black besides our little adventurer's nightlight, right?
Well, no, outside the fire is still going. It's burned very low, but there's some light from the fire.
Okay, that's perfect. I'd like to rush outside and crouch by the fire with
Well, you will have to move to the fire. The fire
yeah,
is down past the well.
yeah.
That'll take you a couple rounds to get there.
Oh, to the fire. Oh, wow. Oh, because you're talking the one down by the water. Shoot. All right. No, I will just go out and stand with steel bared next to the cleric. Not sure exactly where he went because it's not like I can hear his footfalls.
No, but when you step outside, you can see him.
Yeah.
He
So
appears to be
stand in front
flummoxed.
of
He's
him.
holding prayer beads and looks a little confused.
Stand in front of him, like I said, steel bared.
Okay, so
defensive.
you've drawn your weapon and you're standing between these things and Peter. Okay.
Yes.
Delmar, you were alone outside. Now you're alone inside. What would you like?
No,
Look at your people
goodness.
skills, man.
You guys, the party can just say they don't like elves, right? I mean, you don't have to be so passive about it.
Yeah, don't do it, Dubs, just you.
There's the pieces.
Oh, the truth hurts. Anyway, so I,
Oh, you.
you'll have to tell me how much I can actually do in this move because ultimately I'd like to shoot a longbow at one of them, but I don't know if I'd be able to pull that off in this particular move.
Well, I mean, so you turn around and take like a single step, so you're back outside the door.
Okay, great. All
So
right.
yeah, so firing at them, especially before they've gotten into melee, is
That'd be nice.
fun.
Okay, the one in the middle.
Okay, go right ahead. Take it.
All right, bear with me a second. All right. +1 attack. All right. Not melee yet. Oh goodness. Well, I don't think an 11's gonna do anything here.
Well, you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
So the arrow certainly hits it. Well, you know, being made of like muck doesn't give you an incredibly hardy exterior.
Yeah.
So go ahead and give me damage.
Wonderful. Coming right up. Why, that's a 3.
Got it. All right. That will take us back to the top with Barlow as these creatures moved unseen during their round.
Okay. I guess I'm just looking for the one that's closest to a building. Gonna try to kill that one first, I guess. So
well, they're moving at this point. They are now moving towards the front of your building at this point. So you can certainly
interesting.
Well,
So they're like right at me.
You can
Okay.
guess there's like a big commotion out front.
Well, I guess sneak silently isn't it? I
Isn't
guess
necessary.
yeah. I guess kind of doing well, and hide doesn't really matter either. So I think I'm just gonna run up and just hit one of them.
Okay.
So I'm gonna run up and I will take a smack. Let me
You've
grab
never
it.
snuck more silently in your life, Corey.
Exactly. What a
We've never
deal.
snuck silently at a sprint before.
Neither have
Yeah,
I.
so I take out my
I've never
short
s-
sword. I believe that's what I have. And I am taking a smack at him. And here
Okay.
we go. That sucks. I do hit, I think. That is 15, but it's only for 2.
All right. Yeah, as you're rushing forward, you kind of got the idea, and then you're like, I could backstab it, but they don't seem to have
Back.
organs. Yeah. In your thiefly experience, you're like, I bet they can.
We're getting closer. Do I note anything about? Is there anything inside, or is it just a mass of?
It seems to be like a mass of mud and vine and snakes and leaves.
So
And
we
as a
don't
matter of
see
fact-
any. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
As a matter of fact, you came up behind one, right? You're like, aha! And its entire orientation just sort of shifts.
Oh, great.
As it literally reverses within itself. You can see the eyes are now these pits, these black pits of eyes just sort of form on the back of what was the head, or what was the back of its head. which is now its front and all of its limbs just sort of change orientation, and
I think I need you all.
it swipes a claw at you. Ooh.
Huh? What'd you
Cool.
say, Corey?
But I'm betting an 8 doesn't hit you.
No, thankfully. That's good.
So, and yeah, as it does, you can see there's just this thick mud kind of spread along this massive arm. Now then, Rothburn has stepped in front of Peter. So Rothburn will get the second attack from another creature. And I'm betting a 17 hits Rothburn.
Oh,
Harsh.
Yes, I'm correct. Okay, so that is going to be,
Well, especially since nobody can really sleep in chainmail.
well, that is true. So it's going to be 2 points of damage, and that's the good news. The bad news is, as this massive clawed appendage rakes across your face, it leaves this thick coating of mud, and you
Oh.
feel the mud is pushing between your lips.
hey,
It is pushing up into your nostrils.
hey.
We've already had this discussion about sneezing, but I guess the shack's already ruined. Okay, so
So yes,
I would
it
like
is.
to invoke fort save
Uh,
or
no.
reflex or something.
We will. No, this is just happening. We will get to you and see what you do
Attack
about it when we
reflex.
get to your action.
Thanks.
And the third one has kind of moved up next to the one that just smacked Rothburn, and this just maw just drops open, and as it does, a serpent lashes out, and that is going to be a 17 to hit Peter.
Yeah,
Oof.
that hits because again, I can't sleep in scale mail.
Mhm.
For 2 points as the snake bites, and it literally just flops out of this jawed mouth structure and is just sort of dangling from your flesh now. And that will then take us to Peter.
I want to give a shot. As these things aren't natural, I'm going to try and turn unholy because these are definitely
Nice.
unholy in the eyes of myself and my God.
Can I make a can I point out one thing?
Does turn unholy require speaking, or is it just require my
Yes,
holism?
yes, it does.
Okay, it's been a long time since I played cleric. In that case, looks like whacking someone with a spear is now a
All right.
Oh, that's not good. Oh yeah, there's a reason why. There's a reason why I don't use weapons.
Did you
It's
just
gonna be a
fumble?
fumble.
Oh my god!
Oh no!
However, seeing as I am unarmed, it's only a 4.
What
I
is
don't have
your
my
what is
armor
your current luck?
My current luck is a 12.
Oh, hold on. Grape Ape has redeemed the player reroll. It's not a
Okay,
fumble.
it is
Oh,
now.
look at that.
Woo!
All
Thank
right.
you, Great
Redeem
Babe.
points here.
Thank you.
Thank you, great babe.
Now watch me fumble again. Just like that's happened before on a reroll.
Yeah, let's not talk about that one.
Hey,
Eric.
it's better. It's 6. At least not a fumble.
Okay.
Not a
So
fumble.
it
Thank you,
is a
Grape Ape.
miss. All right, moving to Rothburn. So Rothburn, you've got a choice right
Uh-huh.
now. You can try and deal with the invasive mud, or you can take a different action. What would you like to do?
How tall are these things?
They vary in size from between like 5.5 to 6.5 feet tall.
The one that hit me. Okay. Yeah.
Although it's gonna be about 1 head shorter when this is done.
I am thinking I'm going to invoke the trip attack. And
Okay. Hey, Foxy.
try to take the legs right out from under this one, and maybe it can trip one of its cohorts. And I can hold my breath for 6 seconds more.
Okay.
But my cohorts aren't doing so great right now, so they could probably use a little help.
All right.
How much luck do I have?
Uh-oh.
Mm-mm.
So what do you have on
Delmar,
the
you-
deed, first of all?
Pardon me?
What do you have on the deed die first?
A 3. That's why I'm worried about luck.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn 2 points to make it an 11.
Okay. That is a hit.
Awesome, and that will be
Yes.
uh,
Woohoo.
dice. There you are.
I love
Ooh.
warriors.
11 points.
Okay. Wow. That is such a classic Gen trip
Nice.
attack. So it made its reflex save to not be tripped.
But
But you're swinging what, a longsword?
I am.
When you swing your longsword through its essentially waist region and out the other side, and it flops down into 2 pieces.
Does it trip its friend? That's what I want to know.
No, but it is definitely tripped. So there is that, at least. That will take us to Delmar.
Which one did Rothburn hit? Left, right, or center?
That would have been right. Well, because there's now kind of 2 to the right. The one that you were fighting is, or the one that you shot is also kind of to the right. It is now attacking Peter.
Oh, okay.
So it is in melee.
So that one's in melee, but the other 2 are not in melee, right?
Well, one of them is not in melee because it has ceased moving. And we will get to that in a moment. And the other one is in melee with Barlow.
All right. Well, I would like to take a shot at the one that's not moving.
Okay. You can definitely take a shot at the one that's not moving.
Plink. Hang on. 8.
Well, it's not moving and it's prone and it's in 2 pieces. So you get a +4. So with the 12, you definitely hit it.
Okay.
It makes a wet thunk.
Mm.
It continues to not move.
It's dead.
Good.
Maybe.
Oh, sorry.
Or it just fissioned.
It's perfect.
Well, you never know.
we've
You never
got
know. It could come
4.
back.
Yeah,
That's right.
Or
So
there's
it's-
4 of
If
them.
it moves, it's stuck in one place. We have it.
Speaking of that, at the end of this round, everybody please give me a reflex save.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oof.
Woo!
That doesn't look good. 9.
Rothburn's got a 4. Peter, what do you got?
18.
18? Okay.
It's amazing how fast you can move when you got a snake hanging off your face.
And Delmar, what do you have for your
Fast you
reflex?
12 for a reflex.
Okay.
how fast you-
Is everyone happy with the numbers they've got?
If I ain't happy with an 18, I got no hope.
Are we standing on those numbers? We burn them alive?
Can I spend my own channel points for a reroll?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no.
You know
And
what? I don't know.
Great Paper agrees with me.
Barlow, what'd you roll?
Never have. That would be a great time for the lucky halfling
All
dudes
right.
to get on the phone to the lucky halfling.
I am gonna spend 1 luck. So I will we'll see how this goes. Oh, great. I got a 10. So I
Okay.
got 1.
Oh,
Okay, so we got a 10, a 12, a 6, and an 18. Or 4 and an 18.
oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So at the end of the round, the one that Rothburn sliced in half explodes outwards, covering about 50 square feet in writhing, tangling vines.
Nice.
Well, it would be nice, except the 3 of you, other than Peter, are now entangled in these vines, and they are beginning to tighten. So the 3
Nice.
of you will all take a point of damage.
Wow.
Ah.
Worst pinata ever.
And that will take us to the top of the round to Barlow the Entangled.
Yeah, I guess I'm trying to get out. So what do I need to roll to try to get out of this?
What would you like to try and do to get out?
Well, I'm going to try to cut myself out because I assume I still have my short sword.
Yeah, your
so-
short sword was in hand. So go ahead and give me a roll of D16 if you'd be so.
Okay, sure. Give me 2 seconds here. I'm gonna determine which was which. There we go. I think that's it. There we go. Come on. Oh no. That would be a yeah, there was a 4 naturally. I don't know if you want me to add anything. It doesn't matter.
Well, you can
big
add
fail.
your attack bonus, but
Yeah. No.
4
6.
4 does not
Makes
inspire a
sense.
lot of.
No,
Okay.
not at all.
Okay. So, Jen, Rothburn has this mud, which is now pressing further. It is now it's into your upper sinuses. You can feel it at the back of your throat, and you have lost 2 points of stamina
That's just
as this mud is beginning to tear away bits of flesh.
oh, good.
Ugh.
That's going to affect my hit points as well.
At least temporarily, yes.
Mhm.
And you can see that the thing is sort of concentrating on that. It just seems rather focused on your face.
Rothburn, no like.
Oh, just a little bit of mud or the whole creature itself?
It's just the mud.
It swiped across and left part of
Okay.
itself there.
I'm sorry, it's not even concentrating. The mud is just going. It is not concentrating. It is quite still, but the mud is still going. Meanwhile, over in Snaky Snakeland. So the one in combat with Peter swings one of those big muddy paw-like hands at Peter and misses with a 6.
Yeah, you can move pretty quick.
And
you can move
Barlow
pretty quick.
is missed as well. Oh, special guest star fans. Okay,
Yes.
so Peter, we are to you.
Save us.
I will try and let the big thing have it with a spear again.
All righty. Grape Ape is on deck.
Ooh, I went from from famine to feast, nat 20.
Unfortunately, these things cannot be critted, but you do
Of
hit.
course they can't.
Mhm.
Of course. Okay. Here's my D8. There it is. 4 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, your spear sinks in as it slides through, right? Because it does. It goes through this thing. You feel it scrape against something inside that is hard. So there's something to the center of these that is not just leaves, vines, and snakes.
All right.
All right, that
Okay,
will
so-
take us to Rothburn.
I don't know if I can do anything besides try to get this thing off my face now.
Okay, go ahead and give me a strength check, please.
Well, I will try it. Do I get my deed with that or never mind? It's a 5, Bob.
Okay, so you are pulling, and you can literally feel that this mud is sort of grasping and latching in and expanding, and so you're pulling, and it is fighting back.
I figure.
So not
Delmar, we are
nice.
to you.
All right. Everybody else is in melee.
Mhm.
So, okay. Would Barlow or Peter be close to me or about equidistant?
Peter is probably closer, but Barlow is not far away.
All right. Well, I think we'll go with Peter then. So I'm gonna yank out my longsword. Would I be able to sneak behind this beastie to get a melee attack?
Well, you can get into melee without an issue.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I would. It's time to take a swipe in the back of this unnatural begonia. Overgrown begonia. I can't think of anything clever to say. I'm sorry.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. You are still stuck.
Oh, I'm stuck. Oh, wait, forget all that. I said nothing. All right, so I'm gonna. Will I be able? The only way I'm gonna be able to get out of this, will I be able to wriggle my way to my sword and start short sword or long?
Your sword is not already out, so getting
was
your
not
sword is out of the question at the moment.
It was not. Oh, this is gonna be good. Pure strength.
You can give me a strength check.
Okay, fair enough. Nat 19.
Ooh, look at that.
Ooh, look at him. Look at that.
So Delmar flexes this round, bursts his bonds.
Nice.
Flex and elf. That's why everybody's here. That's right.
Okay, so at the top of the round, Barlow and Rothburn both take a point of damage. The vines continue strangling and choking you, and that takes us to Barlow.
Yeah, I will do the same. I'm going to try to cut myself out.
Oh, that's right. You tried and failed.
Right.
16. That's right.
D16 again, or
D16 if you're trying to cut yourself.
okay, here we go. That's better. That is a 14.
14. You've managed to cut yourself free.
Okay, there we go. So
Barlow has freed himself.
Barlow and Delmar were trapped.
Well, you're still trapped too. It's
Okay.
just that you're just going like this. So
Okay, so I took a point of damage as well.
yes,
Okay, just want to make sure.
yes. Delmar didn't because Delmar freed himself for the round.
I got you.
Okay, so that's this. And Peter and Delmar, who has the lowest luck?
I got 12.
Sorry, it's muted. Got 12.
We both have a 12. All right. Well, then I'll just make it a call. So now it's 2 targets. It continues to ignore Delmar and attacks Peter again with a big
Of course it does.
thump. That's a 15. Peter.
That thump will hit.
ugh.
That thump is going to hit. It's 3 points of damage.
Ah!
And again, just like Rothford, you could this slick of mud that is creeping in through your nose. It's forcing its way past your teeth.
Okay.
It is it is pretty awful. And Rothburn, still dealing with mud, loses another point of stamina. This will take us to Peter, who made his save.
Huh. I will see if I can yank that mud out of my mouth before I can really dig in there.
Go ahead, give me a strength check.
Oh, that's not go well.
That's a bad set.
Yeah, that 4 ain't gonna work.
Okay.
4 ain't gonna get.
Rothburn, we are to you.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really have another option at this point, do I? No, because all I've got is the longsword out. I'm not. No, not going out that way.
Not going to cut off your nose to spite your mud.
He cast nitty pot.
On the pop side, your skin looks really nice.
Nah.
The
All right,
pores
go
are
ahead and,
your skin's positively glowing when you're not choking on mud.
You have cucumbers over your eyes.
all the air from my lungs to just blast out my sinuses. It's gonna hurt either way.
All right.
Okay, so we don't know what the target is here yet, do we?
No, because no one succeeded.
Okay.
Well, because you haven't succeeded.
Yeah, and no one's been close either.
I will burn a point of luck to make it a 10.
Okay. So I've got good news and I've got bad news. The good news is you managed to pull the mud free of your sinuses and mouth.
Yay.
The bad news is it comes out with gobbets of flesh that it hooked on. It's going to be 3 points of damage, equal to the stamina loss you have suffered.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
Ow.
This is brutal.
I mean, like part of part of your septum is in your hand.
Hmm.
I'd like to talk to
Can
the writer.
can I take like my movement action to step on it?
Well, you could if you weren't entwined in vines.
In what?
In vines, you're still stuck.
Sucks.
The explosion of vines. The only person that made the save was Peter.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay.
That will. So you can use your movement action to kind of wobble back and forth angrily, and that
Okay.
will take us to Delmar.
All right, now I'm gonna grab my longsword and go over and help Peter. And I
Do you
will.
help him, Peter? All right, go for it.
Yeah, so a little hit him in the back, and because that's the kind of elf I am. Let's see, we're looking at 14.
Oh, that is most definitely a hit.
Whoop-hoo. Okay, and 4 points of damage.
It goes down.
Yay! Oh,
Yay! No, now we gotta.
Okay, at the top of the round, Barlow, you're still stuck, aren't you?
Oh, he broke
no.
free.
No, you
I
got.
cut
Oh, that's
out.
right. You got free.
Yeah.
Rothburn is still
And
stuck. Rothburn takes another point of damage. From
the first thing I
incredibly-
do now that this thing is down, I grab the whatever this thing is, and I'm running it to the well and throwing it in.
Well, there is still one left.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want it to explode and catch us again.
Gotcha. Okay, so you
wait,
pick
Yeah,
up
so
the-
I mean, and I guess actually going to attack me, and that's fine. But
who are you
that's
wait, hang on. Which one are you?
I want
grabbing?
to the one that he killed.
Okay.
Before it explodes, I want to
Gotcha.
throw it
So
into
you
the
pick that
water
up.
so we have a shield there.
Okay,
Or-
give me an intelligence check as you run.
Sure.
Hmm.
That is 11.
Okay, that is good enough. So you get to the well, and as you get to the well, you can hear the splash of this thing hitting the water.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Okay, and yes, it hits the water, and there's this all sorts of verdant growth, buzzing flies and insects swarm up out of the stagnant water, but
Okay.
it is contained. Well done. Take a point of luck.
I'll take that. Okay. Sweet.
Nobody thought to do that in the playtests.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
good.
Nice.
Nice.
And then I will start I'll start oh sorry, I guess it'll be next round, but I'm gonna start pointing to my ear and point to the
Certainly. So you certainly
the-
do that as free action.
so people can see that.
You can hear here. Got it. Yeah. All right. Let's see. The last one, and these things are kind of slow. So Barlow, as you retreat back, the thing just sort of, rather than trying to follow you or swing at you, it just sort of turns and it looks at Delmar.
Okay.
And as it extends its arm, this snake just lashes out with an 18 to hit, Delmar.
Oof.
Yeah,
You are bitten for 3 points of damage.
chomp. Oh man.
That will then take us to Peter.
Do I take any stamina from the mud in my mouth?
Oh,
Since I
you-
heard of this?
Well, it just happened, so you.
Okay, that is-
you
Okay.
Oh wait, no, you already made a strength check, didn't you?
Yeah, I made a strength check. I failed.
Then yes, you lose a point of stamina.
Oh, that's not too bad. Not great, but not awful. Yay. I will
Pushing.
do another, because the one that's still alive isn't anywhere near me, right? This mud is like kind of on
Well,
its own thing.
it's near you, but it's currently attacking Delmar.
Okay, good. And I'll see if I can pull this mud out of my mouth again.
Okay.
A 14.
Oh yeah, you rip it right out. You only take a point of damage because it's not
Nice.
sitting there long.
Ooh. Ooh, only down half my hit points. But hey,
And we
I
don't
will
hear your
s-
screams. So that's good.
Hey, so long as the cleric's still standing, things aren't too bad, right?
that's right.
All right, Rothburn, we are to you. You've been gifted a +1 by Grape Ape, who's feeling generous
Yes.
there.
Thank you, Great Babe.
I'm really liking it. I know I'm trapped, but that's going to be the mighty deed, is to get the long sword at a state where I can actually maneuver it and cut myself free.
Okay. You're going to be using a D16, but you do get your D die.
Thanks.
and a +1.
All right. Dice Tower says I have a 14 on the D16 with a 4 on my deed die.
Wow. You
Um,
you are completely freed.
Besides the +1, can I use that for
Yeah.
my damage?
Well, I mean, you actually you have succeeded so well that go ahead and roll a D4 and add 1 for me.
Sorry.
D4 +1, please.
2.
Is that with the +1?
I rolled a 1.
Okay. Well, you succeeded
ask
so
now.
well. You're ripping your sword up and through that you actually caught a piece of the last of these creatures and inflicted a little bit of damage as you freed.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
okay. Want to add my deed die to that too?
No, because you still had to cut yourself. That will take us to Delmar.
All right. So all of the beasties are compost now, but
Well, no, there's
No.
one still standing, and it is attacking you.
that the guy that bit me. Oh, that son of a
Mhm.
that darn. Oh goodness. Okay, so
Kill
I'm gonna take another longsword at this guy as well. Too.
Okay.
Worked before. 11.
That is a hit.
Oh my goodness. That's 8 points of damage.
Nice.
It goes down. And while technically we still have we still have to worry about the explosion of vines, Barlow is far enough away that he can close and cut you loose. So that will bring this combat to an end. Looking down at the remains of these things, the first one that Rothburn cut in half, you can actually see what appears to be like part of a human rib cage sticking out of the severed upper torso of the creature.
Oh,
I'll cut the thing open, see if there's the rest of it.
And by the way, you can all hear now.
As soon as they all go down.
As soon as the last one goes down, the silence ends, and the night sounds return.
I could hear it the well. I could hear it the well.
yeah, we can hear here too.
Yeah.
Well, I
Here
know, but
too.
I'm just saying, if this happens again, you pesky people, you could go to the well and do stuff. The gods will hear you.
A little late, but hey. I remember
Okay.
that.
I did this. Come on.
I'm going to take a look inside the thing and
Yeah.
use my spear. Use the blade of my spear to carve open the one that's left and see if there's anything in there.
Well, that's true, because there were 3 of them, and you have two bodies in front of you. One of them is as you're digging through, it's a skeletal figure, but there's, as you dig out the head, there's still a little bit of scalp hanging on it, and it's gray hair tinged with red.
Does that look like any of the families in the area?
Not that you have seen, no.
Gray hair tinged with red. Okay.
The other is a skeletal figure. You can see that its left leg was badly broken in 2 places and never healed right.
Yeah, I had a feeling we'd have the callbacks to the people who are missing. But speaking of tinged with red, I would like to voluntarily force myself to vomit right next to the cleric. And
Thanks. I didn't get you
Well,
anything.
little help.
Okay. Okay. Let's give it a shot.
I am down to
one of
2
them.
currently.
Oh, yeah, you're
gonna
with
need
the
that.
stamina
Jeez.
drop.
yeah.
What's your alignment?
Neutral.
Okay, cool. So am I. That is a 14. There's a 14. You get 3 dice.
Nice.
You get 3 dice. Go for it. You can roll your own.
max at 2, but
Oh,
no,
it
it's
says.
not
Yeah, okay,
terrible.
2. Sorry.
7. All right.
That
So
max.
I'm currently down 2 until I get my stamina back. Then I'll be down by 4.
Thanks.
That's
Think
better
I'll-
than it could have been.
think I'll heal my cleric. Heal thyself.
That's always a good idea. Bad when the cleric drops.
Bob, do you make us lose an extra max hit point from when we were 0 level 2? I don't remember.
Yes,
Ah, shit. Okay.
because you got the bonus of having been 0 level.
That's
You got
no. You're right. You're right. At which point I was actually down to 1 hit point. Then thank you.
Ugh.
Well, remember, it only comes off the stamina loss only takes down your max, not necessarily your current.
Yeah, and I was minus 9 hit points out of a max of what then has become 10.
Oh, all right then. Yep, not good.
Oh my goodness.
I can math today. It's not a weekend yet.
Mhm.
Oof. Okay, yeah, this is gonna be ugly, folks. We might not want to bring up a whole lot to maybe we just put all of these down the well.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
Well, I mean, I think it's pretty interesting that the well was free of whatever silence these things brought us. Maybe we should. Are they holy waters? Are
How
there?
far away were you?
I had thrown it directly in. As soon as I got there, that's when I could hear.
Hey,
Rothburn, to answer your question, give me a fairly easy intelligence check.
It'll have to be Bob. 12.
He so Barlow, the well from where you were at in the combat, maybe 20, 25 feet.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
So who pissed
So it
off
might
the
be
witch of the
distance.
waterways? Because chances are the witch of the waterways cast silence on the critters or something, and there was I don't know.
could be.
I don't know either. Whatever it was in the natural. And I tried to heal myself, Bob. To be in the middle of the discussion. Yeah, I disapproval.
Wait, but how bad?
Oh, disapproval.
Well, right. I'm assuming you rolled, but you rolled a 1.
Yeah, I did not pick up a point of disapproval. I done what hacked off. Ildavir.
Well, see, because you're healing yourself for everybody else, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Well, go ahead and roll a d4 for me.
Okay. A1.
Okay.
Yay.
Well, that's not too bad. You must atone for your sins, uttering chants and intonations for the next 10 minutes.
Okay.
So for the next turn, you are in prayer.
Yep. I am down on my knees. Doing a big giant hippie thing, talking about the joys of nature and how everything's awesome.
All right.
Apparently, except snakes and vines and mud.
Even snakes and bugs, but even snakes and bugs are part of nature. Not happy with the one hanging off of me, so I finally pulled that one off.
Yeah.
Singing Spiders and Snakes by Jimson.
There you are. Go forth, sin no more, and I send it on to Merry Way.
Bob,
Slithered.
taking a look at, I want to look at the bodies before we start throwing them down any wells, but specifically looking at them now. Earlier, they were writhing with snakes and all kinds of like, are those snakes still writhing, or is everything?
No, as you can see that the snakes are kind of moving off now that you're looking. These things hit, and whatever collective animation there was that drew everything together. The snakes have moved off. The mud is kind of sloughing down. There was that big explosion of vines, sort of pushed everything else apart.
Okay. All right.
Are we doing anything else this evening, or are you going to lick your wounds and catch a couple more hours of sleep?
So you pointed out that the leg was hurt, Rothburn. What did I think I might have missed? Who was hurt? with the leg? Do we know someone that was?
Oh, I'm betting it was what was it? Ed?
Ed?
Ed was one of them that was missing from the, oh, was it the Gauze family?
No, you
Nobody-
don't. You don't know about
Yeah.
any missing Gauzes because they're not in town.
Mm,
Edna was missing,
Edna.
Edna.
and then
Yeah.
there's Adita and Endora, odds and ends, the two kids. But this is definitely too big to be a
And
kid.
then there was like a Wilbur or something.
yeah, and then like
Wilton,
somebody's wife
but
was
Wilton's
missing.
5.
The Broussard, oh my
Wilton
goodness.
and it was Edna and
Somebody's
Avril.
somebody's wife was missing, if I remember correctly.
That was the
Mm.
Broussard. The Broussard.
Yeah, that was Edna.
Okay.
Was that Tyr's wife?
No.
Oh,
Tyr didn't mention a wife.
And nobody
hard to
in
keep the
it,
family tree straight. Yeah.
and nobody here has any no, and no families in the area have like red have a family history of red hair.
We haven't explored quite
noticed?
that far.
Or if
But,
we saw him around the fire, when we were sitting there. Does anybody have the gray hair with the red tinge?
You did not see anyone with gray hair and a red tinge.
Gotcha.
Okay,
Cool.
good to know.
Yeah, we'd be looking for an older person that used to be ginger. I'm
Alright.
really not comfortable with telling anybody what we found because it's just going to look like we're a bunch of hokey, weird murderers or something. It's just not going to look good.
These are skeletal figures within, right? I mean, it's quite obvious that whoever these people were, you did not kill them.
I am a professional hokey weird murderer. The Rothburn. It says on my
But
t-shirt.
So Delmar, can you
Direction.
figure out? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
what
Sorry.
direction did they come from, though? This would be addressed to Delmar as well.
Yeah. And I'll point that. And I assume
They came from further back out of the tree line. They came from beyond the shrine. They
Okay.
didn't come from the water.
right.
Okay.
So shall we go see what's beyond shall we go see what's beyond the tree line once I've done finished my prayers?
How many hours before daylight you think, Bob?
It's only like an hour or two.
Okay.
I mean, maybe we want to look soon to see if there's anything still back there right now.
I don't know how many hit points is everybody down.
Anybody else?
Before you go,
I can pick
wandering.
I could try, I can see if I can hack off Ildavir again.
I'm okay personally, but
Hey, yeah.
that doesn't mean anything. So
I'm gonna try and heal. So anybody else need healing before I try myself again?
Delmar, you good?
I could use a round. if
Okay,
it's-
I'll give
yeah.
Delmar. I'll try Delmar first.
Okay.
No, it's just a point of disapproval. This is not my day.
Oh, wait. I know this one. I'll flip you a gold coin.
It takes more than the sacrifice of a gold coin.
Yeah, it
No,
takes
no,
about-
no, 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 no. It's all about the gesture. Giving a tithe of swords.
Okay, so you are tithing to the cleric in hopes of in hopes that his god will smile upon you. Okay.
Okay, I'll give it another shot. Nope. I am going to go into the well and I'm going to throw 50 gold pieces down the well and see if I can get rid of those. I'm going to throw 100 gold pieces down that well because I picked up another point of and I do not like the way this is going. So I'm going to toss 100 gold pieces down the witch well. And
The question literally raises that tithe
ties
10% of your annual income.
I'm sorry, I am such an unworthy sleazoid today, but come
All
on,
right,
buddy.
so Peter heads to the well, spends another 10, 15 minutes in prayer
Well,
before
I didn't have
sacrificing
disapproval.
gold into the depths of nature. So that's certainly
Yep. Let's see if I to take away some of the to take away some of my to get back to 1 point of to get back to my one disapproval.
Arlo, are
After
you
the-
putting diving gear on right now?
Now, here's the funny part.
Uh-huh.
The sun begins to rise.
Uh-huh.
It is a new day. Your disapproval resets.
Okay, good. But I think I was wondering about that because I wasn't sure if it was sunrise or if I had to wait till the next morning, and I really wasn't going to risk
Oh,
losing
that's
it.
funny.
And I'm in a swamp. What am I going to? Maybe the people in the village can use the gold later. They look like they can.
Yeah, there you go.
No, you threw it into the well.
What a
Well,
tweak.
well, fortune
returned it.
favors the bold.
Wrenched from the earth, you have returned it.
That's okay. Eldever knows
That's
that
a little better.
you love
That's a
her.
little better. Delmar, are you your typical chaotic elf? Or are you neutral? What are
I
you?
am a neutral elf. Yeah.
You're neutral. Okay.
Okay.
You get one die healing.
Oh, okay, right on. Sorry, what am I rolling?
The D6, one hit die.
Oh, okay, right on.
And I get two.
And-
Yay!
And I got exactly what I needed. So thank you.
Yay! And I get two. I just gotta-
Peter.
Yeah?
Can
You need some
maybe-
healing too?
Maybe possibly, because I'm going to be bearing this birthmark, non-birthmark for a while, apparently.
Want to see if I want to try to heal it?
Pretty please.
I'll give it a shot. Why not? What's the worst gonna happen? Oh yeah, I end up at 20 minutes on my knees
that-
praying to the gods again.
That negative modifier
19.
affecting
I
me.
see.
Hey,
22.
look at that.
A 22. So you're in good shape.
Yes, I am. Thank you.
So you
I'm
two hit
at
dice.
my new current max.
Yay.
Here's your septum back.
Woo!
Hey, look what I found.
Now you can smell.
I found
What a wonderful smell you've discovered.
No,
That's
no,
right.
especially if
Good
we're gonna go
news.
visit Zeb again.
news.
I'm okay with not.
Yeah. Good news, bad news. Good news is we healed you. Bad news, you can smell again.
Hmm.
Welcome to this.
So,
Okay.
so the sun is rising. People are beginning to stir because with daylight comes time to work, and so they're coming out. There's this explode. There's this massive spread of vines. There's these heaps on the ground. You certainly have their attention.
Okay, cool.
I don't really want their attention, but I'll offer to help rebuild their little shack.
We're gonna plug up
I
that
mean-
hole in the back of it. We're gonna
They
plug
haven't
up
even
the-
noticed the hole in the back of it yet.
We're
It's in
gonna
the
plug
back.
up the Barlow. We just have Barlow leaning up against it in the exact shape he went through.
I mean, the combat took place in the front. That is certainly where their attention
Yeah.
is drawn as they're beginning to
Yeah.
gather. And they're kind of murmuring. They're, Tyr makes his way up. What happened? Do you think you got it? Is it over?
Nope. We got something.
I don't think so.
Couple maybe.
We stopped some.
Yeah, we stopped. Whatever came into the village, we stopped it, but we didn't. We stopped whatever was happening last night, and we think we figured out that whatever comes with silence. So that's why you haven't been able to hear anything that's happening. They have-
That makes sense. That makes sense. Keep everything quiet. That makes sense. That explains a lot. That explains how children can be taken without making a sound.
Are we talking to Tyr right now? And there's other
Yes.
people around listening.
Yeah, there's other people kind of murmuring and looking and
Okay, so it's a public conversation.
What
Yes.
did we do with the skeletal bodies? Do we throw them into the well?
they didn't get thrown into the well because Peter
Okay.
was busy healing.
Okay.
So what are these things then? What were they?
Well,
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Barlow. explain
Barlow?
this.
Tell him.
oh, you know what? I got no personality whatsoever, so I can be the guy that rips off the band-aid. So, well, it looks like these might be some of the people you're missing. Was there anybody that had an older person that had red flecks in their hair, with
Well,
gray hair.
the Gauze family are redheads.
God's family.
That's possibly who had a broken leg.
Anybody in your family have a broken leg that didn't heal right?
Didn't heal right.
Mm-hmm.
And Tyr goes real quiet for a second. Turn down.
Oh no. Oh no.
Well,
Should listen to the warrior. But so obviously something has shaken you, sir. Would you care to unburden yourself?
well, my wife's been dead for 30 years.
Mm.
But that looks like how her leg was broken.
Oh,
And where was she interred, if I may ask?
She was buried at the old cemetery out by
It's just a case. Is it behind the shrine for any chance? In the
no,
tree?
no, it's out across the marsh by the old house.
the old house.
Yeah.
The old God's place.
Yeah, the old Gauze place. It's where the cemetery is.
All right. Seems like more and more gauze is showing up and rearing its ugly face.
Okay, so shall we get on our raft and pull our pirogue across the bayou?
Well, if you're going to head out into the Twilight Marsh and look around, we can loan. He sort of looks down towards the water, at that raft of logs that are strapped together that is barely kept you above the water line. We can maybe loan you a skiff to get out there.
Be neighborly.
We would appreciate that.
You're the one helping us.
Okay.
Hmm.
You would happen to have a diagram or a map to help us get there, because
What,
after
you
a certain
wanna-
point, all the bayou kind of looks the same after a while.
Yes, it does. So you want to get out to the old Gauze place?
Yeah, that'd be
Well, in the cemetery, of course. You're gonna have to.
yeah. Let's start the cemetery first. Let's go there first, because that seems to be a
Well, the cemetery is behind the old Gauze place.
Mm-hmm.
excellent.
And he sketches you a bit of a map. It's be careful out there.
At that point, I asked Tyr, can you recall the last funeral y'all buried someone out at the cemetery out there?
It's been a few years.
Okay.
We don't often get bodies. The swamp generally just takes folks.
Could I ask how your wife passed, sir? Natural or
Rattlesnake.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Well,
Would you like us to reinter her body? Take it with.
That would be awfully kind of you if you could. I mean, it seems like a fairly big ask, but
That's okay. He's a big guy. He can carry it.
Yeah.
I got a big skiff. So
so the map that he sketches, the old Gauze place is like due south across the swamp as the crow flies. Right, but traveling there, it's going to take you about 12 hours to get there.
mhm.
Okay. Can we hit him up? Can we hit him up for some food, for some victuals, some victuals?
Legs.
We could. They might have something at the store. We've got
I was
to.
gonna say, yeah.
Okay.
It's early. We've got
Okay.
hunting and fishing to do.
Stick with the Marshaws. And I think we're do you have something I'm happy to bring Edna back to, or I'm sorry, not Edna. What your wife back to what's your wife's name? Sorry, did he mention it?
That's Rita Thibodeau.
Rita. So I'm happy to bring Rita back to be buried. But do you have something that we can carry her in? Because it's just I'm she's
He sort of his head drops a little bit. He shakes his head. I'll be back.
just a sack. I mean,
Yeah, and then that's
she is
exactly
bones,
he comes back essentially with a gunny sack.
Yeah.
Slowly pulls the bones out and puts them into the sack.
Oh no, I'll do it. No. I would say no. We'll take care of it, sir. We'll take care of it. Yeah.
Well, no, he does it. It's one of those.
He wants to do it
where,
himself.
It's his dead wife.
Okay.
Watching someone else peel her bones out of the mud and throw them into a bag might be even harder than what he.
If he wants to do it, that's fine. I just
While he does,
Okay.
I'll say a prayer over the bag while he tosses his wife into the sack.
Gotcha.
Rothburn might go vomit again.
Nice.
It's a low stamina, man.
While this is happening, I'm gonna take that bag of aromatics and just kind of sneak a smell and just kind of get a bit of freshness. Just been a long night.
Not swamp mud. Got
exactly. I'm about
Don't Bogard.
exactly. I just point at you after you finish vomiting and just point at the bag of like I'm offering it to take a hit of the bergamot.
Take a hit of the aromatics.
Yeah, here's some bergamot for you. All right. Swamp bergamot.
All right. So we heading down to the skiff then? Is that our plan?
Yep.
Let's do it.
Oh, we gotta hit the store first, I think.
Yeah, I was
That's
gonna
right,
say,
we'll
do we
get
need to
food
get
down.
anything from the store?
Yeah, let's go check the store.
Require meeting some Marshalls.
Yeah, let's go see what the Marshalls are like.
Let's do it.
Okay. The general store, it really does stand out. It is,
It's
unlike the other
pretty-
buildings of the village, the outpost is well cared for. Its whitewash exterior stands out like a beacon amidst the murk and grime of the surroundings. A wooden sign above the door declares this as Marshaw Traders Outpost, and that's carved into the sign in a very clear flowing script. Heading inside, it is essentially a very poorly stocked general store. Much of the stuff here is day-to-day stuff for the community, right? There's grain, nets, sundries, candles, things of that nature. And you can see based on the prices, you all wince because things are expensive out here.
Mm.
Things are very expensive out here. And behind the counter is one of the folks that you saw the other night or last night. Gosh, after combat seems so long.
So long ago.
He kind of claps his hand together. Well, hello there. I didn't expect to see you here this morning. What can I help you with?
Apparently we're going up or down the river a ways, and some victuals would be good. The usual. Honestly, guys, that personality of 4. I'm just
Wow, you and
Keep going.
Barlow
Keep going.
should just never be allowed to speak. Well,
Evidently, I'm getting the propensity to actually steal something
yeah. Get it.
with a +1.
You can
From,
you can
Mr.
give it a
Grape
go.
A.
I would say. What do you want to try?
Yeah, see, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, no,
I mean-
I think let's keep the conversation going, and I will think about that.
And looking around, I mean, there's no like weapons or armor of any.
Right, exactly.
Mhm.
While
Huh.
you're thinking, Corey, Bob, would there be anything like truly edible here? Or are we looking at like basics, like you
You're
said?
looking like
dried-
dried fish.
Okay, so there would be things we could.
I mean, there's some like sweet mash.
Okay.
You could feed livestock, but with boiling water, it's edible.
Yum. All right.
Anything potable?
For a jug
Give
of
me a luck check.
shine.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Jug of shine.
Oh yeah, I actually made it.
Oh, he sort of he leans back for a second. I'm sorry. When you were looking for food, you didn't say you were looking for corn. And he reaches under the counter and he pulls out a small ceramic jug.
We're talking. We got room on the skiff for this, right, Delmar?
Oh, well, I'm all for this. Yeah. Let's make this a party.
All right.
It'd be 5 silver.
Oof.
Silver even. Tell you what, I'll pull out from amidst a sea of pennies, I'll pull out 1 gold piece. Can we add some regular food to that for an even gold?
He sort of reaches over, slides the gold over. I think I can help you out. So between the booze and the dried fish, you've got about 3 days worth of food, which is still exorbitantly expensive, but especially for what you're getting. But it seems to be at about the level of price.
Yeah.
He did not gouge you additionally.
For being a newcomer. Yeah.
Right.
Is there a ledger around on the
Not
on the
that you can see,
desk?
no.
Hmm.
And these people don't have red hair, right?
No, the Marshall's not right.
Okay.
All right. Well, there we go.
They don't sell maps. He doesn't have a map in the.
No. Unfortunately, AAA doesn't get out this far.
It is,
Yeah.
exactly. I'm
No
looking-
photos, guys.
There's no
We got
Howard
Tears.
Johnsons.
We
in
got
there.
Tears handwritten note right here. Basically says God's place that way. And that's the way we're
You've
going
already
to
got a map to the God's place.
That's right. Curious.
So what you doing? What's Barlow doing?
Yeah, I guess. It looks like there might be a mirror on a shelf somewhere, possibly.
Give me a luck check.
All right.
Thief's got a thief.
No,
There is not a mirror.
there's not a mirror. Let's see. So what else would be here?
Banjo.
Matches?
What they recommend here? Matchbook with a cool picture and the name of the establishment. I like that.
Yeah, we don't have matchbooks.
Banjo.
um,
Come on.
what else would I? What else?
What's on the shelf?
We
Set of
need
overalls.
We're gonna need a banjo for this raft.
Yep.
I agree.
Banjo.
Or at least a mouth harp.
Yeah, mouth harp. They got a mouth harp here.
Harp.
That'd be awesome.
The thief doing barrel for an hour.
Give me a luck check.
All right.
There's got to be a jaw harp.
No, that's a 15. I'm
Wow.
like,
Yeah, no. I think the nicest thing you've seen is like some scarlet ribbons.
Okay.
well, that seems like I should
Wouldn't be
say,
bad.
okay. Yeah. We could gussy up
Gussy up the
Rita.
raft a little.
Sure. I'm gonna go for that.
Gussy up the raft.
All right. Well,
No, I'll take the ribbon. Yeah, we'll take
That's
the
all right,
ribbon.
go ahead and give me a pickpockets roll.
Thieves got a
Okay.
thief.
Remember, you got a
Gotta
plus
be-
one.
Thieves got a thief. Okay, cool. All right. Crap. Okay. Well, it's not bad. It's not bad. That'd be a 13.
Remember, you did regain your point of spent luck.
All right.
Stand on 13, or do you want to?
Take the
Take
hint.
the
Just
luck.
burn it. You already
Yeah.
burned it.
All right. I
Right?
needed to remind him because it's a new day. You got that.
I
point of
will
luck back
do it. I will
regardless.
do it. Yeah. Let me do this. We don't want to upset the residents. Okay, so that would be a 16 at that point.
Okay. 16, standing on 16.
Standing on 16.
You slide them into your pouch.
All right.
Lead now.
There we
So
go.
You now have some scarlet ribbons.
You better make a nice
Alright.
bow tie out of it and walk around the village wearing that tomorrow.
Okay, so
Yikes.
you've got fish, you've got a little brown jug, and you've got scarlet ribbons and a map.
This is a party.
All right.
Why do I want to steal scarlet ribbons? What came
I
over
don't know. You're
me?
the
You
criminal
can-
mastermind.
We've got all this stuff like out and about in the wilderness. Maybe we have to mark the targets.
Yeah,
Or mark
possibly.
the
True.
safe
True. We can also
space.
we can use the ribbons to mark where we've been too, so we don't get lost in the
That's right.
bayou.
These
There
Yeah,
you
that's
go.
Can't
really
be
more
that
what-
many, there
what I
can't
was
be that
thinking.
many people tying scarlet ribbons.
This is
from the
true.
old cypress
This is true.
tree.
Mhm.
really gonna
That's
say-
fair.
Usually it was a yellow ribbon, but yeah.
All right, so we head down to the skiffs.
Mhm.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So this one here. Who is going to navigate with the map?
Not everyone at
Uh,
once. Delmar.
Anybody here got any navigator skills, anything like that?
Delmar's a glass blower, keep in mind.
Yeah, give the glass.
Yeah, I'm a Cooper, so I don't think I got a
I
whole
was
lot
a
of.
rice farmer. I can keep us in a nice, neat row.
Yeah, well, you're
It's a nice, neat line.
familiar with
and I-
water, so
And I'm used to swampy ground.
yeah, that could help.
Okay, so Peter's going to navigate.
I think so.
No break. We go
Alright.
that way.
All right, Peter, go ahead and give me. Oh, wow, this is going to be an. And what is your occupation?
I'm a rice farmer,
A rice farm.
so I'm used to keeping things in nice, straight little rows, and I am used to swampy water.
You are, but rice paddies are fairly well laid out. Yes, and in rows. Tell you what, I'm not going to give you a trained skill check, but I'll give you a D14 for
A
the skill check rather
D14.
than
Okay.
So it'll be a D14 plus your level plus your intelligence modifier.
Okay. So it's a +2. Okay. A 7.
Okay.
A 7.
So
Halfling, come on.
you
Would you like a ribbon?
you
would you like
start
a ribbon?
skiffing your way out into the Twilight Marsh, and it's the Twilight Marsh is mostly a mangrove swamp.
Oh,
So the
God.
trees, they're often referred to as walking trees because the roots are kind of like knobby kneed.
Yep.
We did get 2 redemptions for rerolls.
We do. Would Peter like to use one of the party's rerolls?
What's the party think? I'll let you guys.
I
vote.
think you should.
Okay, let's
I
go
think
for it.
getting lost on
So
the
we-
very first roll is a bad idea.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah.
That's where the adventure comes from. And, that's much better. That's a 15.
Yes.
That's a 15. Wait.
15.
Oh, silly me. Map's upside down. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I thought that was some foreign language. No, that's common. Up is
Okay.
this way.
So you think you've got this pretty well figured out. You're heading due south. Do me a favor, Peter. Give me a luck check while you're at it.
D20 or D14?
That's a D20 regular.
Okay. Made it. That's a 9 on a 12.
Okay, so everyone, so you're looking at the map and guiding, and folks are paddling, and you look back behind you, and as you look back behind you, you see the waterway is bending and closing.
I don't spend a lot of time in swamps. That's supposed to happen. Everybody, we're being corralled.
I assume we hadn't seen anything like that in our week on the river, had we?
No, you haven't.
Not now, Devil Gators. We're
Anything-
busy.
Not today, Devil Gator. Not
And
today.
it doesn't happen like constantly, but you every once in a while, as you're looking back, the path behind you has changed.
Awesome.
It's been about 4 hours, and the waterway opens up a little bit into kind of a pooled area where it continues beyond, and the waters here churn with massive leeches. Each of them are about the size of your forearm. As a matter of fact, the pool seems more leech than water, and the sound that they make, the roiling, splashing sound, it's really unnerving. Falling into the water here would probably mean death.
Not good.
So what would the party like to do as you approach this spawning pool?
Not fall out of the boat. It has a real nice ring to it. Not
Took the
fall
words out of my mouth.
boat.
Yeah.
Get that rum.
Yeah,
hey,
let's-
hey. The corn's mine. I mean,
That's not rum. That's not rum. That's good old fashioned white lightning, my elven friend.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
white lightning. We can
Might as well go blind.
positive
on this
side. A
trip,
couple drops that would probably kill the leech. We could walk across them.
I believe the adjective we're looking for is shiny.
So what are we doing? Are we going to try and navigate around this, or are we going to try and go through?
Can we try to navigate around it as a group?
You can kind of backtrack along some of these newer channels behind you and see if you can find your way around.
What do you think?
I think that's worth a shot.
All right, navigator, give me another roll.
Okay. And a 10.
Stand on 10. Party does have one banked reroll, by the way, if you don't want to spend luck and you don't trust a 10.
I don't know, Bob. Should we trust a
Mhm.
10?
Ah,
It's totally up to you.
Thief, what do you think?
I don't think we should trust 10, but at the same point, it's adventure.
How
So,
many ribbons did you get?
It's leeches.
It's a
Yeah.
length of ribbon,
okay.
about a
Oh.
yard of scarlet ribbon.
okay.
Well, I mean, you're the priest of Eldamer. Maybe can you do something to affect these natural leeches?
Are they leeches or are they the big
They're leeches.
lizardy thing?
I think there are leeches,
They're
right?
leeches.
Mm,
They're the size of your arm, but they are leeches.
mm.
Wonderful.
Want to go for the reroll? I'll go for the
I mean,
reroll.
as a neutral cleric, you can try to turn mundane animals. Whether or not count these as mundane or not, you can give it a
Yeah,
try.
no, I'm not sure these are mundane.
Even if they're unnatural.
Yeah,
you
but
should be able
yeah.
to-
Yeah,
What's the worst that could
Yeah.
happen?
I'll see if I can. I'll see if I'll stick the 10 and see if I can turn these things.
Yeah.
All right.
Sweet.
18.
Nice.
18.
Woo.
Actually,
That's
look at the
wonderful.
table. That's a pretty solid roll. And we're going to stand on 18,
Alright.
right?
Yeah, I'll stand on the 18. Yes. I parted the leech sea.
Yes. Love it.
It's amazing what you can do when you can actually talk.
So the writhing mass of those leeches descends under the water.
Nice. Your God favors you.
It might
Good
still be
job,
awesome,
Peter.
But you know,
Peter.
Oh my God. They blessed be ill. Blessed be Ildavir for the help we shall with your
So then,
guidance, Ildavar, we shall bring balance back to nature.
So then, are we going to continue on the path that you were on, or the new path you were going to navigate?
We'll stick with the path we were on, because somebody seems to want us to go this way. Something's corralling us.
It's not forcing you in this direction as much as it's just making sure you can't go back.
Oh, it's fine. Obviously, it wants us here for a reason. Obviously, it wants us here for a reason. It would be impolite to not take such an invitation.
Well, there you go. That is one way to look at it. All right. So you travel for about another 2 hours, and rising from the water, there's a medium-sized hammock. So a hammock is essentially an island made from the mangroves as they catch, loose bits of wood, and then dirt builds, and you get these small mangrove hammocks. This one is large enough that you could probably put a campsite here if the need arise. It's relatively clear in the center, and the main portion of the small island is made up of fruit-bearing trees laden with something that looks like maybe green apples.
Mm.
I mean, this is a point where I just sit there and say, I don't trust any tree that Bob gives me as shelter. I don't care what adventure it is. I'm uncomfortable with this.
Apples.
Apples look delicious, though, don't they?
Oh, it's when we it's a swamp.
Would
There's natural.
Ildavir not send us on the proper path to good apples? Really?
Apples.
Well, is Barlow curious as to what they might be?
We can climb up and take a look. I'll go with you.
Yeah, sure. I'm a
I'll go with
thief.
you.
I'm a thief. I'll do it. Yeah, why not?
Barlow, give me a D20.
Okay. Oop, 16.
Oh, a 16? Give me a moment then. I'm pretty sure.
On to adventure.
To adventure.
And are you chaotic or neutral?
I'm neutral.
Neutral.
Well, it's going to be interesting.
And what was your roll again?
16.
16. Stand on 16?
Does he get to add anything?
He does not.
Staying on 16.
Actually, do you have an intelligence modifier?
Yes, I do. +1.
+1.
Oh, sorry. Let me make sure. Yes, +1. Mm-hmm.
So you look at it for a moment, and you manage to identify the tree. You've heard of it. You've never seen it. They're death apples.
Oh.
This is probably one of the most dangerous trees you come across. If you burn them, the smoke is poisonous. If you eat them, they are deadly. If touched, the sap is caustic. So much so that if you take shelter from the rain underneath one, the water running off will blister your skin.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will reveal this to Ildavir. Peter, our priest of Ildavir, and say, "Is this something that we could use to our advantage?" With the bugs.
Some things in nature aren't meant to be messed with. But however, as a thief or somebody who might have some skill with handling poisons and stuff,
Do you think
I shall
that?
offer prayers to offer prayers to Ildavir while you touch the thing. I'm not gonna.
Mm, ah,
But I will offer prayers, and I will offer prayers to that Ildavir smiles on you. But I think we should just.
yeah. So how many of these are there? How many apples are there?
Oh, there's a number of the apples.
There's many.
Tree.
There's
Yeah.
many.
Because every
Okay.
part of the tree is incredibly deadly.
Okay. Well, hey, I don't want to touch the sap. I do want to grab some apples.
No gloves.
Yeah, no, I got to think about what I can do here.
And do we have anything to put the apples in?
Yeah.
Right. Well, we do have the
Bag of bones.
Bag of bones, but I mean, it sounds like this will
You'd have
rub
to get
off
up the
into
tree
anywhere.
first. You'd have to touch the tree to pull the apple.
It is definitely going to be a handle poison check.
Right. Let me see what my handle poison
You know
is.
what? Neutral thieves don't have a bonus at in level 2.
Handle poison.
And a poison.
Poison.
That's pretty
Hard.
much a chaotic. That's pretty much a
Bummer.
chaotic thing.
Okay.
Chaotic thing.
Well,
you can certainly try.
looking at that, looking at that.
We just.
Oh,
I mean, the party saw as an outstanding reroll, and you've been given a +1 to take an apple.
really? Okay. Well, I got to do that. That is just so good. Okay. Yeah. No. I am going to.
I have a sack for you if you need it.
Oh shit! Sorry. Excuse me. I have my barrel.
Oh, you don't need me.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I assume it's a smaller barrel.
Yeah.
But
so you have one of those
yeah. So I'm gonna I'll have the barrel and I'll say, hey, hold this, and I'm going to somehow get up there, climb up there, I guess. I am gonna wrap my hands so I'm not exactly touching the tree if I don't have to.
You got a yard of red ribbon.
Well, I was thinking either I'd maybe rip my pants or something like that, but tie them up, climb up, and try to drop the apples into the barrel. That is the plan.
Okay. Well, go ahead and give me a handle poison check,
Oh, boy.
since you have to worry about the entire tree and not just the apple.
Yes. Okay. Well, here we go. Come on, Die.
Worth it. It's all worth it.
Ooh, that's not bad. That is a 14.
Is that with your
And,
+1?
That's a 15. Sorry, with the +1.
Okay.
And you know what? I am going to use some luck.
Yeah, smart play. That's smart play.
Yeah. So that's a
I love it.
15. I will use 2 luck.
And you've actually been given another. You've been given another +1.
Okay, there you go. So 16. Okay, well, I'll use we'll see how it's a 4, so that's a 20.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold on that. So
Okay. Roll a d3 for me.
oh boy. There you go. 1.
You have managed to collect 1 apple.
Mhm.
Okay.
It has a very sweet and enticing smell.
Okay.
Much like, by the way, this is a real tree.
Ugh,
These
great.
do exist
Oh,
Mhm.
great.
and can be found among other places, not in Australia like most deadly things, but in Florida and throughout the Caribbean.
Sweet. Well, that's good to know because I like apples. And now I know. All right. So
Wow.
I am going to sorry. Yeah, no, I'm not going to eat them now. That's the whole point. Yeah. So yeah, no, I will take this as Ildaver's blessing. Thank you, good cleric, for praying for me to get this for our quest. And I'll climb back down. I'm going to throw away the I'm gonna throw
Oh,
it
you brought
onto
back down.
land.
You didn't have to climb the tree, which is good. It's touching.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will the cloth that I put on my hands, I'm gonna throw into,
Into
to
the
the
water?
tree.
Okay.
Into the tree, actually. I don't want to really
Okay.
throw it in the water. But and then we have something. I'll close up the barrel and we'll use that for later, hopefully. So there we have it.
Okay.
Well, how do you like them apple?
No,
I
no,
like them apple. Yeah.
no.
Yeah, I went there. I went there.
Yeah, you had to
Hey,
Nice.
approve.
Sweet.
All right. So continuing on for another 2 hours. So now actually you are now, wow. Yes. Okay. So it's been about 10 hours. I'm going to throw an image to you
yay.
because we are about at our stopping point, and so this is a perfect spot. Elena, we are putting up the cottage. We'll get you let me pull up the description of where you are at. Give me just a moment here.
Hmm.
So wood carving of a thief eating a forbidden apple. Oh wait.
Yeah.
Rising up above the waters is a shack, held aloft by a pair of knobby tree trunks that emerge from the bottom. At the waterline, a small skiff is tied next to a rickety-looking wooden ladder that ascends 15 feet to a covered porch above. Hanging there are all number of charms, talismans, and gree-gree. As they sway in the light, a voice can be heard to shout from within, "Well, come on up if you're coming." And that is where we will end for the evening.
That is
Awesome.
such a nice
That's just
piece.
fantastic.
Yeah. That's great. I like the art. That's really cool.
Cool.
That
Who
is
did
so.
that?
That is where
Whose
we will
art
pick
did-
up tomorrow at 9.
Woo!
Sweet.
That's a perfect place to stop.
Better be Dr. John. That's all I'm saying.
So we get to open with that visual as well, right?
Yes, we will open with that visual as
Wow,
well.
Awesome.
whoever drew that is phenomenal.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
very cool.
And just to be sure, we still have one reroll banked.
Yes, you've got a
Tomorrow?
banked reroll still.
Yay! Big
And-
shout.
And just to let you know how well Corey did with the apples, the note here is carelessly interacting with these trees is fatal and has the possibility of turning a second level adventure into a second level funnel if the PCs.
Woo! All right.
Dang.
So
Okay.
It's meant to be. It was meant to be. See?
very, very well. Yes.
Awesome. No, that was fun.
I hope you folks enjoyed the
Oh, it's been a
the first
blast so
session
far.
of 2.
It's been a
Yeah,
blast so
thank you.
far.
Yeah.
Once I got over the fact that I thought I was going to die at the hands of a mud pinata.
Nice.
Filled with snakes.
Awesome. No, that's very cool.
Well, and
yeah,
and
thanks
you,
for running.
You've taken
This
an
was awesome.
interesting direct route. So we are going to have some fun encounters on the way, and we will be opening with one of them. So,
Sweet.
So hopefully everyone that was watching was entertained.
Yeah.
That throwing the body in the well was
Yes.
an inspired thought, man. Seriously, I had nothing on that one. That was like, okay, I wish I would have thought of something like that. That was
Yeah.
Not so far from the water line. Yeah. No, that's perfect.
Sweet. And thank you all out there for
Yes,
supporting my stupid habits.
Thank you for the reroll, Great
Yeah.
Babe. I didn't need that.
Because I would die otherwise. So thank you.
Yeah, well, and you definitely had some help from Zerathon and On and Grape Ape, and
Yes.
you even got a +1 from the Twitch mistress herself, Elena. So
Oh,
Thank
just
you.
wow.
saying, we're on your side.
Thank you, Elena, for not being neutral.
So yeah, so everyone, we will be back at the same time tomorrow then at 9 p.m., 9 to midnight, as we run through the second half of the
Sure.
adventure.
Mhm.
And, see what we see.
The last week
Awesome.
of Eastern Standard Time.
Awesome.
Sorry.
Very cool.
So does anyone have any parting words before we head out?
screw your poison apple trees, dude.
Oh.
Praise
Well,
be-
you don't know. This could be a saving poison apple. You
Yeah, to
never
her
know.
credit, Jen has encountered these trees in my old D&D campaign,
There you go.
and it went very poorly for them because they camped under them.
Ooh, yeah.
At least they didn't make a campfire, so there.
Yeah, it's not
No.
the only tree you've kicked our butts with, so I just have a thing now. Kind of like ceilings, right?
Yeah, Jen is really bad with like ceilings, floors, with a trapper, lurker above. Yeah, all those things. Just
Yeah, these are things I should listen to, and I just get all excited and just ooh, I'm at it. I'm at it. Well, it makes it interesting. That's kind of the whole
it does.
thing.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
glad. I'm glad you had a good time.
I like this adventure. You're terrified to touch something. You're terrified to not touch something. You're just it's like
The entire
okay.
adventure is a big red button.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Touch it.
All right. Well, thanks everybody. I really
was
appreciate
great.
it. Great. Thanks for running. Great playing with
That's
you all.
fun. Thank you. Thank
Have
you for
yourselves
selling
I'll
stuff.
see you tomorrow.
Good night, folks.